Alright, what is up, everybody? So, haven't streamed in a while. Hold on a second, I gotta fix my, my thing here. Anyway, I haven't streamed in a while, mainly because I had some health issues, which I'll get. Hold on a second. Great start to a stream. I gotta turn my fucking fan on. It is so goddamn hot in here. Jesus. Gotta get some air. There we go. That's better. Okay, so yeah, let's just get to the F-go here. Yeah, a lot of things got buffed. Blah 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 blah. But yeah, I had some heart issues, which were not great. But I'm feeling better now. Okay, so let's see. The buffed. God, what did they buff? The buffed. Clown Boy, the Hey Plays, thank you for the sub. Oh, and Alan, excuse me, thank you for the sub as well, missed that. But yeah, they buffed Clown Boy, they buffed Jalter, they buffed Reshigal Drake, Ku, but the prototype one, Ku Alter, and I think I'm missing one. I think I missed one buff in there. So, where do I even start? Okay, I guess I'll start with Proto-Cú. So, good buff, right? He got an NP buff, and he gives himself quick up before damage, although I don't know why. Unlike Caster Ku, and unlike Kojiro and such, it's only for one turn. It's 20% for one turn, so it's not nearly as good as some of the other units out there. RTN, thank you for the 5 months as well, dude. I appreciate it. So, but it's 20%, so it makes his NP hit harder, and they also upgraded the NP so it hits harder inherently. So his NP now hits way harder, like just way harder, and then he has Ignore Defense, which is probably the best part of the buff. He's still worse than Ku at almost everything because Proto-Cú gets a 20% attack, or 20% quick up for one turn, where Ku gets a 30-turn 20 to 50% attack up, which applies to his extra attack, his buster, his quick, his NP. Like it's not even comparable. And then I don't even get it, man. Lore-wise, Proto-Cú and Ku have the exact same NP, but for some reason Ku gets sure hit and Proto-Cú gets ignore defense, which really Bolg should do both. So it's kind of weird. It's fine. It's like Proto-Cú's obviously better than he was, so I'll take it, but he's still definitely inferior to Ku. I would say at least now though, I don't even know, it's easy to say he's better when fighting beasts, but I don't even know about that, because he's better if you're fighting beasts if you're trying to like buff stack or win in 3 turns or just do huge damage, right? But if you're actually needing to like go pound for pound, survivability to damage ratio, all that kind of stuff, I think Ku's still better. So yeah, but hey, it's a start. I feel like though they're not buffing him again. You don't feel that way? I don't think they're buffing him again. I think that's why his buff is the way that it is. I think they didn't want to give him sure hit and just an upgraded NP, because then you're like, oh, but then we're gonna have to buff him again because then he's still so obviously behind Ku. So let's slap a quick up on there so we're not gonna buff him anymore, right? That's what it feels like. But at the end of the day, I think he's still not as good as he should be. But it's a nice buff. We'll test it later and do some ludicrous damage to Lobo or something. Let's see, then they also buffed Jalter. Jalter's buff is huge. I've seen some people say it's not very good. I think Jalter's buff is so good because she's already a really good unit. I think people act like she's bad. She has aged really well. Like Fluffy Boy, right? If you gotta go fight Fluffy Boy, Jalter is a perfectly reasonable DPS option there. Of course she's going to need stronger supports to work with, but she can shred that boss. And she has some survival with the invulnerability, and that's really all you need for your damage dealer. So now her MP is upgraded, so it does more damage. That's really all she needed. We're done. GG, we're out of here. And then she makes, I think, is it 30 stars? It's either 30 or 20, but every time she NPs, she makes a bunch of fucking stars. And she has that crit up skill with Star Absorb, so that's great, right? That's such a good buff, right? You can just NP into crazy crits and just melt everything. Like Jalter's, I tell what's not good about Jalter is her animations and her character model. That's the reason you don't use Jalter, is because it's a mess. But yeah, gameplay wise, she's totally fine. Clown Boy probably got the worst buff in my opinion. It's on paper, just like Matahari's, perfectly good buff. It just doesn't work with him. Now, it's not terrible. It's a perfectly fine buff, and there's one part of it that everyone says is pointless, but it's actually not. Everyone says the heal down is so useless. It's not, because they can make a boss fight at any time that's going to revolve around healing. And we've already had a couple like that. Not a lot, but we've had a couple. And it's nice. He's a budget unit. Hey, White Flags, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. 15 months, Jesus. Anyway, so if you ever make a challenge quest or something that does involve healing, it's a free-to-play option now that everybody has. So that's useful, right? A lot of times they come up with stupid stuff like buff removal resistance, but none of the low stars have it. So I'm glad we have a low star as good as Clown Boy, who has other utility, and then as a bonus you also get heal down in case you ever need it. Like, just in case you ever need it, right? So I'm fine with that. They removed the defense down and replaced it with attack up. It's like 30% for 3 turns, which is quite good. That's nice. It's just you don't really use Clown Boy for DPS very much. Sure, if you happen to be fighting an assassin where you want the buff block and you get his NP, he's got an upgraded NP and the 30% attack up now. That's good. Like, that's good. But I would have preferred just more debuffs. Do the healing down and do like there's other debuffs like crit down or whatever the fuck you want to do. Just like pile up the debuffs because that fits him lore wise. And it's just, if you're deciding to bring Clown Boy, you're bringing him because you want utility. You're not bringing him to do, like, assassin slaying. You don't bring him for that. You've got Babbage and Caster Coup and all that. Medea, right? And she'll get him. Let me just hit him for 22k. Anyway, nice buff she got, huh? But yeah, Clown Boy's totally fine. Useful buff, but it doesn't matter very much because you just don't use him for that. So it's kind of like whatever. Let's see, who else? Oh yeah, Coup Alter. He got just the upgraded damage multiplier, which is all he needed. I mean, he's a really good unit. Like, spectacularly strong. Now he removes, I think, defense buffs before damage, which is really good because it just lets him get through a lot of nonsense. But really all he needed is the damage up. So yeah, Coup Alter is already a monster and even more of a monster now. The buffed Ereshkigal, I didn't really look at that one yet. I think it's like her NP does bonus damage to Earth, and I think she gives the team like crit resistance or something. I haven't actually looked at that one yet. And I think Drake got a buff. I haven't looked at that one yet either. Let's look at that right now. I kind of forgot about those. I feel like I'm forgetting someone else. Didn't someone else get buffed while I was away here? Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, Cersei, but I think we already talked about that one. Right, I don't think I missed any. Okay, so Ereshkigal got upgraded NP, so just the generic damage upgrade. She gained, increased critical chance resistance by 20% for 3 turns. So it's essentially crit down on the enemy, but it's on your allies. So if the boss is debuff immune, it still works. And that's big, because I'm actually kind of annoyed at them the way they've been handling this lately, but okay, so a lot of bosses will have unremovable gimmicks, right? And to an extent, I think that's good for the game. Like, certain core mechanics to a boss need to stay there no matter what. However, I think they're too liberal with it, and a lot of mechanics bosses have aren't, like, core to them, and it's just annoying when they give them certain unremovable buffs that shut down certain units so they can't even be used, and it's like, well, what's the point of those units then, right? But so you can circumvent that if a boss is like goes debuff immune and you can't do anything about it no matter what, or they have a crit up that you cannot remove and things like that. You can do crit resist on your teammates, and you can essentially get crit down without having to actually get crit down, and you don't have to deal with magic resist or any of that stuff. So that's a really nice option. She get, I think, insta kill immunity for 3 turns, and she deals 150% bonus damage to Earth. And they don't have to be, so Tesla does bonus damage to Earth and Sky, but it's only if they're servants. Where Ereshkigal, I'm pretty sure, does it, period, if they're anything Earth related. So though it's not Earth and Sky, it's still just so many things. So that's a huge niche. And she doesn't even like need the bonus damage, right? She's already, before her buff, she was a super great unit. And was super good, loops very easily. So just the damage upgrade on her NP now is really big. And then the fact that there's more utility on it, and now a niche to do even more damage. I think Ereshkigal is just amazing. I think she already was a great unit, but I think she's like super great. Mr. Iceit, I got it. Thank you for the 100 bits. Alright, and then Drake, I completely forgot what Drake's buff was, so I have to look that up. Somebody told me what it was earlier, and I just completely forgot. I know it's a skill buff because she already had a buffed NP, but oh, it's her second skill, isn't it? Yeah, her second skill. So her golden rule now has 20% Buster Up for 3 turns and ignore defense for 3 turns. That's pretty nice because it's she's already got the upgraded NP. She's already got the attack up, the NP up. That's good. I think that's quite nice, and she makes a bunch of stars. I think Drake's solid. I think she already was solid, but that's awesome. That's really good for her. So she gets the attack up, the NP up, the Buster Up, the armor ignore, the huge battery, the Udasha makes oh yeah, and she has Pierce and Vulnerability. That's right. So she's getting her damage in, right? Like she's got Pierce and Vulnerability and armor ignore. So it doesn't really matter what the enemy has except for damage cut, I guess. She's getting her damage in, and then she can make a lot of stars and gets her NP really fast. So that's really good. That's excellent. I have so many, like, notifications right now. Yeah, at least they buffed, Proto-Cú. Like, for God's sakes. Anyway, so, yeah, I, didn't put Lostbelt 6 in the title because I'm trying to not have the peanut gallery in here, so hopefully we can avoid that. I beat Fluffy Boy on both of my accounts off stream because I was not gonna deal with the backseating on that one. So my main account, dude, you have no idea how frustrated I was. I beat Fluffy Boy with a couple of setups, but I really wanted to do one that didn't have any 5 stars, and where Ku was the DPS through the whole thing, right? I wanted to do that really bad, and the best setup I could find was actually to use Ku in the back row and use, like, another DPS in the front row, because you don't need Ku's damage for the first few health bars, because they don't have enough health, right? It doesn't matter. And then if you let everyone die, which is you don't have to really let them die in the final health bar. Believe me, you can just, like, they'll just die, it's fine. And if you put Ku in the back, Ku can solo the final health bar as long as Ku has full health, right? But, so I was trying to make Ku go the whole distance, because one, it just made the team better that way, and I didn't have to use as many supports and that kind of stuff. But I kept killing the boss, like, oh, not consistently. I would kill the boss over and over and over, but then I would die to the dots afterwards, and just barely, right? Like the health drain that he does, I would die by like 500 to 1,000 health. And so you double down and you still lose. I have so much video footage of that happening. And I'm not exaggerating, I would normally die by 500 or 1,000 health. That's it. And in the video, you can see I use a command spell, so I only need 1,000 health there. So the command spell is usually for 1,000. And then after I did that, it immediately hit me that I could have just used a fucking command code to remove the dot that does 500 and heal me for 200. And you can also have another command code to remove a dot too, because you're gonna have at least 2 dots. And so I could have removed enough dots to heal me for 1,000 and then heal for 200. So that's 1,200 difference. And I didn't need the other command codes. They didn't do anything. Like you have no idea how mad because there's no story replay. Like I would, because I'd already beaten the fight, right? But I hadn't posted the video yet when I realized it. So if I could have done story replay, I would have just deleted the video and just done it again. Because I mean, I could get to that turn over and over again like it was nothing. Like I hope this is obvious. That team was consistent as fuck to getting to the ending. There's almost nothing can go wrong on that team to getting to the ending. The problem was just getting enough. That one, like, turn, dude, I don't think I've ever been so mad in my life. Like, at least with a video game anyway. I was so, because there's no story replay. Like, I'm like, you know, like 10 minutes after beating it, I'm like, wait a minute, I could have just used the command code. Oh my god, dude, I lost it, dude. I fucking lost it. Also, before I did that team, just for shits, I used my esports Merlin, and that makes that fight so easy. Why does anyone think Merlin is bad? Like, I can say this, Merlin helps more than the OP story support version of Castoria. He is so broken there, right? Like, and especially because you get the Castoria, so they work together. Because as long as he lives a little bit, he starts feeding Castoria so much NP, she NPs constantly, you never have debuffs, and then Merlin gives you a free invulnerability on a bad turn, and it's insane. Like, it's insane. I think Merlin is the best support ever for that stage, and everyone acts like he's bad. It's ridiculous. Like, he is so busted. Enkidu is fine there, but he still needs good supports. because he's not quite tanky. I mean, he's good. He does more damage than like just about anyone, and he does have survivability. He's got an evade and a short cooldown and a big heal and debuff clear. But he has too much damage. Is Cairo still here? I think Cairo will agree with me here. It's like either Enkidu can't do any damage because there's too many stacks up and that affects everybody for the most part, or Enkidu does so much fucking damage that you would have broken. Who cares, right? It's like, oh yeah, I hit him for 2 million. Like, you know, that doesn't matter. Enkidu is absolutely good there, but I don't think he's the best. I actually think a foreigner like MHXX or Yang or something is the best DPS there because they're so much safer. Because the less you have to babysit the DPS, the freer you are to keep Castoria alive. So that's like one reason Ku is good there, is because Ku doesn't take much babysitting. And same for foreigners. Foreigners don't take much babysitting there, especially if it's like you know, a 5-star one or a Grailed one or what have you. So yeah, I don't really like that fight very much though, because it's not really complicated. It's not a complicated fight. Like what you're supposed to do is rather obvious. You're not dealing with much nuance. There's a little bit of nuance, like with knowing when he casts what and like when he only attacks twice and stuff. But it's like the summer boars. It's like, lol, I just do insane AoE damage every turn, you know, and it's impossible to win really quickly unless you're a super whale. That's not a good boss fight, right? Like that's not intricate. You're not. I said it, dude, and I feel so vindicated. No one's gonna understand because no one knows what the fuck they're talking about in this game. But that Burgess fight with a budget setup is absolutely more complicated. Like, there's way more to learn in that Burgess fight. You've got her 3 buff removal, the full buff removal, like, there's so many more gimmicks there. And that fight horribly disfavors using, you know, budget stuff. Like, if you just do silvers, right, no grails or any of that, it absolutely is harder. Like, abso-fucking-lutely. Now, if you tried to do Fluffy Boy, I will say this, if you tried to do Fluffy Boy with all silvers, then it's going to be much harder, but that's only because of the stat check element. It's not like more complicated, and obviously in that kind of scenario, you're more willing to not use all silvers, right? Like, Jesus Christ, dude, people, like, just, no one anyway, I'm just moving on here. So, in the ult account, I just cheesed it with Joan of Arc, and Ruler Martha. Dude, did anyone else use Ruler Martha for Fluffy Boy? Because I was shocked at how good she did. I don't even know what was happening, because I guess I was cheesing on my old account, so I was using, you know, I was using Joan of Arc, which made it so much easier, and I used my esports waiver. But my Martha just, I didn't even understand. The final health bar, the boss still had a decent number of stacks up. I did not play very well because I was cheesing it. And she just hit it for 750k. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought I was gonna have to NP it again, right? But then she just killed it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Hey, Cairo. But yeah, I look like Beastly used Martha too. Yeah, she was fucking, and she had debuff immunities for at least one hit, but yeah, she was fine there. Like, so yeah, this account kind of just cheesed the shit out of it, but I don't really care. Like I said, that boss is kind of just a giant stack check, so I am so salty about, though, not having story replay. I want to go back and just put that fucking command code on and make everything, just, God, I'm so frustrated with that. You have no idea. Anyway, hey Zerp. What's up? All right, let's move on here, and hopefully we don't have any more bosses that are as in stat checky as that. So I have been spoiled, not on anything too major, but I know, and I kind of already guessed this, to be honest. I already know that there's like a new class or something, and I already kind of know it's Oberon because he doesn't have a raid up, and I kind of guessed this anyway, because Oberon didn't have a raid up. So I kind of knew there was going to be something weird there, but yeah, I don't know what the class is. I don't know any of that, but I am aware that there's like some other class, and I'm assuming it's Oberon. So be cool if it was Saver, although it would make no sense because Oberon should not be a Saver at all. But I'd be very happy if we get the Saver in the game, because then we'll probably get Buddha. But guess we'll find out. Also, Fluffy Boy's lore is really sad, and he literally did nothing wrong. I'm not even kidding. Fluffy Boy did nothing wrong. So basically, the fairies are just shits, as always, and they were literally too lazy to build Excalibur to save the world. and so Fluffy Boy is sent from like the deep sea or something to punish them because they didn't fend off the White Titan. So he's supposed to punish the fairies, but he doesn't want to because it says he's like gentle by nature. He's like a gentle giant, and he doesn't want to kill anybody. So he doesn't punish the fairies, and he just lets them live. And then he like befriends and saves the only surviving human from the White Titan, which becomes his priestess. And then because of course they do, the Fae slowly poison and murder Fluffy Boy and murder his priestess and like use her to somehow spawn more humans to like enslave and everything. And then they cover up that they did that, and so on and so forth. And then they basically use Fluffy's corpse to like throw curses on, and so yeah, now his corpse is basically so curse-ridden that it can destroy the planet. So yeah, basically Fae are what's wrong with everything ever. And he's literally just like a gentle giant that doesn't want violence. Feels bad, man. Here, let me I should turn the in-game music on, huh? Hopefully, whatever we're about to see now, we don't need the music for, because I'll have to get out of this menu to turn the music on, but I'll do that after this. Oh, we're really playing up the Odin connection here, just a little bit. I have a feeling Castor Ku is going to die here because there's just no way they're going to let him play a major role in the story moving forward. So I suspect he's going to like double down with Fluffy, which seems like such a waste for all the build-up they did with him and his connection to Odin, and like it feels like such a fucking waste to have. That's it, but I have a feeling that's it. But we'll see here. I thought we were going to Excalibur it, but I don't know, maybe we Excalibur Oberon, because I predicted from the very beginning Oberon was going to be the final boss because, you know, we just weren't seeing him, so it was kind of obvious. But we'll see. If we don't use Excalibur at all, then why did Muramasa die? By the way, we're not getting an eye patch costume. I'm just calling that now. Okay, chat, you're allowed to spoil this. Did we get the veil? For Morgan? Did they add Morgan veil costume? No, of course not. Of course not. Like, of fucking course not. Well, like, why would they do something cool like that, right? Like, it's already in the game. God, what is fucking... That is so obnoxious, dude. Alright, what's going on? So that's the throne. That's like been a thing this whole time that Castoria needed to get to the throne, I think. So wait, what happened to Fluffy Boy? Are we just oh wait, no, that is Fluffy Boy in the background. So I guess he's still fine. Yeah, Fluffy Boy's not even in control of his actions anymore. Like, he's pretty much just a curse-ridden corpse. Feels really bad, man. It'd be really cool if we could get a Singularity in 3.0 where you got to see regular Fluffy, but I doubt he's going to be popular enough that they ever revisit his character, which is such a shame because, you know, he's clearly got a role in like the normal timeline, like he existed in the regular Fate universe as well. I think his boss battle is probably super popular. I'm not sure if his character is popular. I don't know. I've been trying to avoid spoilers like the plague, but really, do people actually like his character and not just like the boss fight and stuff? Because a lot of people what the hell is happening right now? Or maybe we are Excaliburing Fluffy Boy. Wait, is there Excalibur the small one? Did we make the world's like most portable Excalibur? Do we have Mini Caliber? Like, that's what it looks like. Fun size Excalibur. Oh fuck, I need to turn the music on, don't I? Alright, hold on, I'll close out of it. God fucking damn it. You know, a pause button would be swell. Esports Excalibur, indeed. Wait, this is the wrong account. That's my main account. That's not actually my background. That is just Samsung decks. Which, I mean, you probably can customize. I have no idea, but it's just the user interface for Samsung decks, so it's kind of whatever. You probably can change it, though. The thing is, I feel like if I change it, oh god, which I need to just cancel out of it entirely, so I'm gonna guess it's this one. People will think it's like my phone or something, which it's not. Although they probably think that anyway. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna cover my screen here in case I accidentally put up my bind code. Man, I just turned off Kirby music. This is blasphemy. Okay. We'll just blast through this until we get back to where we were. So I will say though, in terms of just like practicality, I do think Fluffy Boy is the hardest main story fight. Like, I don't think it's the most complicated, and I absolutely do not think it's the hardest to figure out. Not at all. Like, I think figuring it out is like easy. But I think in terms of like the stats required of you, I think it's the hardest. I do not think it's the hardest in the game though. No chance. And it's just obvious. And it's so annoying because people are going to discredit me here because I used a command spell, even though I so obviously didn't need to use a command spell. But, like, my setup is budget-ish, right? It's not the most budgety setup I've ever done, but I used no 5 stars, I didn't use Poster Girl or any crazy shit like that, right? But it was certainly, you know, a bit demanding. You know, I did use, you know, a Black Grail and things like that, right? But it was budget-ish. You could not do a budget-ish setup for, like, Achilles in Guildfest. Not at all. And now, I barely did Achilles in Guildfest because I didn't really play back then. So I don't have like a lot of personal experience with that, but it doesn't matter. I mean, literally no one did it. You know, the Japanese, you know, 1 to 2 / 1 to 3 star guy, he didn't do it. You know, nobody made an even remotely good budget setup for Achilles. And same for Clown Boy and stuff like that. There's been several challenge quests out there that they're just nothing even was in the realm of budget. And like, you know, my setup's not the best. It's just not. I could have put Ku in the back and used a different DPS in the front. I could have had Ku's third passive, and then I could have used like the Rare Prism anti-divinity thing instead of Black Grail. There's all kinds of like there's plenty of room for improvement on my setup, and my setup's at least budget-ish, right? Where you never could beat the Achilles fight with that level of power. Like no way. So I don't think it's even remotely the hardest fight at all. It's just it has a large stat check element to it. That's kind of all there is to it. It's not complicated. It's just not complicated. There's quite a few riders that can solo Demeter because her damage output's not actually that high. I suspect we'll have VR Mash back again later when we need to use Black Barrel or whatever. She might even go back to VR after she leaves Lostbelt 6. There's some weird shit going on. But I haven't read any of like... the only translations I've read are stuff like... I read like Fluffy Boy's backstory and some of that stuff, and I read some of the Merlin stuff. But and Barrel, I read the Barrel stuff. Ari had like a direct translation to that, so that was nice. But other than that, I really haven't read anything, so I don't know the latest with yeah, Black Barrel, yeah. But I don't know the latest with Mash, so Barrel is a shit. Barrel is an absolute shit. I actually like his backstory though, because they kind of just show that he's been a disturbed individual his whole life, and like just something is wrong with him, which is pretty believable with him. Like, you know, just from a young age, he's obviously been disturbed. Yeah, I see a lot of people saying they don't feel any pity for Barrel. I do, because a lot of people that are messed up like him, even in real life, like serial killers and stuff like that, there's normally something wrong with them, like outside of their control. There's something wrong in their brain, or, you know, they're just, and yeah, it doesn't remove them of responsibility. Obviously, we have to be responsible for our actions, because who else is going to be? But, you know, oftentimes people that messed up, there's just, you know, something is chemically wrong with them. Yeah, a lot of people don't have good upbringings. It's Morgan's theme again, which I'm guessing is because of the throne. But they didn't try to like make him a they didn't try to redeem him. They didn't try to redeem Beryl. I think that's for the best. We're using her Rongo turrets. What she built, Rongo Bongo turrets. I don't even. I figured Rongo Bongo was gonna have to be used at some point. By the way, after Morgan died and they didn't need Sith as a hostage anymore, they cut all her up and threw her into the pit and murdered her. And then before Sith died, she prayed to Fluffy Boy to murder all of them. Which is pretty funny, because he did. Alright. So are we gonna Excalibur and Rongo Bongo? Because that'd be pretty cool. Okay, the ending bit there probably could have used some better effects. Doesn't seem like it killed him. They put more effort into that CG than they did Boudica's animation update. And that's saying something because they didn't really put that much effort into this. What the hell are we looking at? Dude, I know this isn't the time, but I can't help it. I remember when Solomon just came out and there was that final scene with like the main character in MASH. Right? With like similar shot like that, and someone edited in, and like they put a lot of effort into it, and they edited in Waver. Because that was the meta back then, right? Everyone went through 1.0 with Waver. You know, Merlin was just released like right as Solomon came out. No one really maxed him or used him. I mean, Waver carried so many people. I don't know, just Waver just hanging out there like he belonged in the final cutscene. It's fucking incredible, dude. That's one of my favorite memes from FGO ever, because it was so accurate, and you know, kind of just taking the piss on at the ending moment. I love that kind of humor, dude. And Waver's awesome, yeah, I love his character. I would love it if, like, way down the line, we got to see Fluffy Boy when he's not corrupted by this Lostbelt 6 bullshit. Yeah, that'd be awesome, Cairo. Get that and all the Lostbelt Kings again. That'd be great. I don't think they're gonna do that though, but we'll see. They'll probably, I know they're gonna make the ending as like over the top as possible, because Nasu said that years ago. That was the plan. So. Okay, I guess we're firing even more Rongo Bongo. Uh-oh. Was that... I have a feeling that's Morgan's, like, ancient spirit, I bet. I don't think they're gonna get rid of Castoria like that. Because I know Morgan looked like Castoria, like, way back. In Lostbelt 6, obviously not in, like, normally, but, That was Castoria? Really? Huh. I don't feel like she's dead because they want to use her third. There's no way they're not gonna find some bullshit reason to use her third stage. This is not happening. I've played video games before, guys. And hold on a second, I gotta take medicine. Excuse me. So, my doctor gave me this medicine, though, the other day, and it helps so much. Like, obviously it's treating the symptoms, not the problem, but it definitely making my life easier now, so I'm quite happy with that. Well, I mean, I guess there's a chance we don't fight Oberon, but I'm pretty sure we're going to fight Oberon next, and I think that's going to be the end, but we shall see. I could see they're bringing a bit of filler before that, but I don't know. And poor Fluffy boy. Who's talking right now? Well, I guess you're not supposed to know. But what they're saying would probably imply, is it the corpse talking, or what? Oh. I do wonder when, though, the Oberon banner is going to be, because there's blatantly going to be one. We'll get more into the buffs again later. Yeah, I figured that one was Morgan because flashback. Man, you know, there's some cool character moments in Lostbelt 6, and I legitimately like all the Barrel, Pepe stuff. I think all that stuff was really good. Some of the stuff with, like, Dog Juno was interesting, and I was legitimately surprised by the ending with Morgan, and that was a logical outcome, though, but it was unpredictable, right, but believable, so that was good. But overall, I fucking hate Lostbelt 6. I don't like it. It's just like, hey, let's make a lot of weird versions of a lot of stuff that we've hinted at, but not actually give you the stuff. You know, like, we're never gonna get regular Morgan now, right? It's stupid, right? There's just, and like the one fairies, you know, it's not even what's a drop. It's just, I don't care for that stuff, and I don't like the setting. And the thing is, everyone's like, oh no, the beginning's bad, but then it gets good. Look, it's kind of like FGO as a whole, right? The early part of FGO is really bad, and that's bad, right? FGO puts its worst foot forward because the first, you know, 5 or 6 stories are trash. Not only story-wise, but gameplay-wise, right? Most people are going to quit before they ever get through any of that. You know, and that's not, you can't excuse that with, well, Camelot's good, right? It's the same thing with this. It's like, the story does get better. It does. But it's not good as a whole because so much of it is boring tosh and all the made up nonsense and all the, you know, not getting regular Morgan and we never will and blah 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 blah, you know, that stuff doesn't go out the window just because it gets better, right? Like, all the filler stuff sucks, and there's so much filler in Lostbelt 6, and I think that's a really big con. Like, I don't think Lostbelt 5 had that kind of filler at all, right? At least 5.2 anyway. 5.1 had definitely had some filler, but you know, 5.2 I think was good from start to finish. Yeah, it was better at the end, but it was still good at the start. And most of the boss fights were really bad until the end. So, you know, Dog Juno was good. Morgan was good. I don't know if I would say Fluffy was good. I don't, like, I think it could have been good, but like it should have been toned down a bit in terms of stats and like his stacks of curse. Like on his final health bar, he shouldn't gain 7. He should gain like 5. But then he should have another gimmick or something. There needs to be a little bit more to figure out, but then less of a demand on the stats, right? So like Fluffy's almost good, but he's not really complicated, but then he's too large of a stat check. And I legitimately think that's bad game design. I don't want to insult Fluffy, right? You know, he's great and everything, but I really think that I do not like what they did from a development standpoint, because I don't believe for a second they play tested that. Like, I'm sorry, I don't buy for a fucking second that they playtested that, and releasing a boss like that, unplaytested is shit game design, and it's crap, right? I don't respect that in the slightest. So I'm not really a fan of the way Fluffy Boy was implemented at all. I think it's a shame because I think he deserves better than that. And the fight's almost good. Like, again, if they made it a little more complicated, but then dialed back the stat check element of it, I think that would have made a better fight. Wait, what's happening to her? What the heck? Why is she getting Thanos? Is it because her job is done, or is she like bringing back Castoria foe style? I know she's been alive for an ungodly amount of time. It's actually miraculous that like she's kept her sanity because she was alive for so long. So she's basically not allowed to exist anymore. That sucks. So I mean, dude, she put up with so much crap for so long. $25,000 years of waiting for MASH. Yeah, that's not the best. Feels bad, man. We even have one of those? Oh, well, that's back. Oh my god, are we black barreling Fluffy? Fluffy, I'm so sorry! Hopefully this at least puts him out of his misery. God damn! Feels bad, man. I think we just shot him like right in his like Saint Graph with Black Barrel. I'm pretty sure he dead. Oof, man. So unless Oberon is just ungodly powerful, I can say now with quite certainty that Lostbelt 5 would have beat Lostbelt 6's ass. Fluffy Boy's strong and everything, but he's like a planetary threat at best. He don't got no anti-solar system, not even the slightest. So far, there is nothing in Lostbelt 6 that's even remotely close to the Olympian gods. Because not just Zeus, you know, Zeus at 35% power, I think is stronger than anything in Lostbelt 6. But I mean, all the other Olympian gods were ridiculously powerful there as well. But we'll see. Maybe Oberon is going to be, you know, leave it to me emote. So legitimately, no one has spoiled that Oberon is the final boss. I've played a video game before, and it's just because he like kind of exited unceremoniously. And you know, we haven't seen him this whole time. It's just obvious he's going to be the final boss. Yeah, Ort might be stronger, but we'll see. You know, information on we know for a fact types are ludicrously powerful because what few feats of strength they have from notes is incredible, but nothing that they've really done in notes actually really right now puts them above Zeus, I would say, but it doesn't really put them below him right now either, so we'll just have to see. Why is Proto-Cú dying? This is bullshit. Is he gonna come back? This sucks. They didn't do anything with him. Too much power used? That's dumb. They did all that build up and have him like learn from Odin and everything. I feel like they didn't really use him for anything. Like that kind of sucks, man. It'd have been nice if he could have like been summoned again for Fuyuki, right? Man, that sucks. They never let Ku do anything, man. God. Kills face tonight. At least they buff Ku? That's true. All right, now that we think like that, wait, why are we even still here for God's sakes, right? Like it's not even a Lostbelt anymore. Yeah, Kazuko's awesome, and it just they didn't use him for anything. Like I'm not just saying this because I'm such a big Ku fan. Like I really just feel like they never used Ku for anything meaningful outside of the tutorial, right? But it's such waste. Yeah, there we go. That was the least surprising thing of all time. I am really curious what his class actually is, though, and what his objective is. I'm really. I think he was just in line with Aurora, and Sessyoin seemed to want to just burn everything, but I don't know. Mothman number 2. Mother class. I wish Shakespeare had been in this story. Would have been very fitting. Hey, Beastly. That emote, dude. Actually really fits. Beastly, did you use Fujino any for like cleanup against Fluffy or something? Because I bet you she could do well at the last second. Maybe not the best ever, because I guess she's a little slow, but still. There was a boss that I thought she was gonna be really good for, but I forgot which one it was. Oh, Burgess too. Yeah, she might. I bet you she completely wrecks the Burgess fight. This reminds me of Dark Souls 3. The like the Pilgrim butterflies, big time. It's like whale shark meets pilgrim butterfly. That is a dragon, Cairo. That is not a dragon. Like, I mean, in Fate they might say it's a dragon. That's not a dragon. That's a fucking like whale moth. Like, it might be air quotes a dragon, but that design is not a fucking dragon. It's got wings. It's a dragon. So they call it a dragonfly, right? Kind of butterfly spam here. So I'm guessing this is his 3rd ascension. Not exactly what I was expecting that to look like. Kind of, I guess it's just evil. I've never really liked his design though. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I know a lot of people do, and good for them, but it is so not my cup of tea. Chat, I don't see why this would make me want to rant. I've never really liked Oberon to begin with. So he was a ruler pretender. What? What do you mean pretend? Why is that a class? Pretender? I mean, I gotta say though, the looks, the background, like the class art is awesome. But they already had Faker. What the fuck? Why did they make up pretend? His name is actually Vortigern. I hate everything. I fucking hate everything. That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. Where do I even start with that? That's stupid. This is exactly why I don't like Lostbelt 6. Because we already have Vortigern. He's already got a voice actor, and he's an old guy and a badass, you know, dragon dude. But in Lostbelt 6, of course he's a fairy! Right? Because everything's a fairy in Lostbelt 6. I fucking hate this Lostbelt. Now we're never getting regular Vortigern. Great! No, it's great. That's how I wanted this to end. No. You know what's stupid? You know what's so stupid? Is Vortigern would have made an... I guess he is making, but regular Vortigern would have made a great final antagonist, because like the way where he fits in with, like, you know, what Artoria wanted and what Morgan wants and everything. He's a great anti that, right? He's such a good anti that. Why can't we have regular dragon Vortigern, not pretty boy Moth Vortigern? Like, are you kidding me? Like, look, I want Cairo's opinion on this, because Cairo likes Oberon, right? And that's fine, but fuck you, right? It's kind of like fans that like Paul don't care about Paul Bunyan. They just wanted a stupid lolly. She could have been named Kate, and no one would care, right? You don't need to use Vortigern for your stupid pretty boy moth monster. Are you kidding me? Like, everyone that's watched me for a while knows, like, I'm not making this up on the spot here. Vortigern has been one of my absolute most wanted things in Fate, right? This ain't it, right? And it's not like, oh, it's just Fate's take on it. It's not! Because Fate already had a take on Vortigern, and it was way better. But nope, Lostbelt 6, gotta do Fairy Vortigern. And because now Fairy Vortigern is going to be summonable, we're never adding regular Vortigern. But don't worry, we'll add 9 more Artorias. We got that. Well, you can't have normal Morgan, you can't have normal Vortigern, you can't have normal Paul Bunyan, and you can't have normal Van fucking Gogh. That's enough. This is exactly what I'm talking about, right? Normal. It's not like Van Gogh in Fate is just a lolly. He's not. There is a male normal Van Gogh, and we're never getting it. And all the people that like Van Gogh, you know, good for you, but none of them give a shit about Van Gogh. They just want their stupid alien lolly, right? Like, like, I know so many people that are like, they were so excited for Oberon, right? And none of them are the kinds of people that give a flying fuck about Vortigern. Like, none of them, right? They're all so happy for their yaoi hands, but they don't care about Vortigern, and that's fine. But then why is he Vortigern? Like, I'm losing my mind here, right? You know, fucking Ivan gets to be a cool ice monster, and Vortigern gets to be a fucking butterfly. Oh, joy. And oh, I'm so mad. I'm so fucking mad. Dude, and they got such a good voice actor for him in Garden of Avalon, but nope, gotta be this shit. I'm so mad. Wait, why? Why is Vortigern pretending to be Oberon? What is that even, like, what the fuck is that? Like, imagine using one of the most legendary Arthurian legend villains to be Oberon. I just, that doesn't make any sense to me. I can't even, I remember as, you know what this was? Lostbelt 6 was just this giant build-up to fuck everything I want that has anything to do with Vortigern. Right? Because remember, the dragon is the dragon that he's supposed to, like, drink the blood of and all that, right? We had all that with the lolly, and then just the dragon, right? And it's just, it was all a ruse, and you can't ever have Vortigern. You know what? At this point, I'm glad they didn't add the Green Knight, because they would have made it a fucking fairy lolly. That's what they would have done. They were like, oh yeah, Green Knight's out there, but you get the fucking midget one, because they've already detailed the regular Green Knight and blah blah blah. That won't stop them from just making stupid. I hate Lostbelts, dude. I fucking hate them. Can we just get back to normal singularities so we stop getting fucking insane shit? And I feel like they're just wasting, like, so many good, like, classical characters, right? And then they're gonna start, and when we get to 3.0, they're gonna start having to ass pull, like, nonsense because they've wasted all of, like, the normal shit. Like, god damn it, dude. Like, I wanted Vortigern in this game so bad for so long, and it's a fucking fairy. Oh, I'm so dead. And by the way, my doctor just told me I'm supposed to be avoiding things that stress me out, by the way, so that's great. This isn't really stress, this is more like unbridled rage. Well, I didn't think you could possibly run Vortigern this hard, by the way. And I wouldn't even care if they would just add regular Vortigern. I literally wouldn't care, but they're never gonna do that now. They're never gonna add regular Vortigern. You know what they would do is, because Oberon's so popular, they'll add like Summer Oberon but still Vortigern or whatever the fuck. Right, it's like we're never getting regular Morgan. You're gonna get alternate, if you ever got an alternate Morgan, it's gonna be an alternate Lostbelt Morgan. Right, they're just gonna add other versions of this Vortigern than actual fucking Vortigern. Same thing for Van Gogh, right? They're just gonna add more versions of fake Van Gogh than actual Van Gogh. That is just welcome to F Go, right? Like, fuck off, dude. I am so pissed. Like, it's so dumb because everybody that wanted Oberon, they don't like Vortigern, right? Like, what if... Anyway, oh, I'm mad. I'm mad. So why did he go back to his original class or whatever? Although I guess it's I'd imagine Pretender wasn't his original class or whatever, but this sucks. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. What a waste of a good villain, dude. Ruler's Oberon's original class. And see, we're also, this sucks in a way to Oberon fans too, because you're never getting regular Oberon either. Well, I don't know, maybe when we summon him, they'll make it Vortigern, because people are gonna want the new class. Of course, yeah, they're gonna, so yeah, they're never gonna like down the line, be like, oh hey, now you actually get regular Oberon, and he's a ruler guy, like that's never gonna happen. So both sides are fucked here. I mean, the screen is not blank. It's just Sephiroth all over again. There's some similarities there. Dude, they are never gonna use regular Vortigern now. Like, they're never gonna fucking do it. So, does he just want to destroy everything? Because Vortigern is like, because I'm guessing he's like somewhat reverting back to his normal self now, and the thing is like Vortigern's like kind of tied to the land, and he cares about like the land, not so much the kingdom, and I'm guessing like the land he's just trying to blow it all up now because it's so fucked up or something. Because he was pretty Iron Fist destruction mode in like regular Fate, so I'm assuming that's what he's doing. I don't see why we even care. Like, we're literally trying to destroy all this stuff anyways, so I don't see why we even care. Like... Are you trying to destroy both? Oh my god. Oh my god. At least it wasn't the Green Knight. That's about the only other thing that would have been worse. See, now it's just pure copium to think regular Vortigern would ever get added. Dude, my dreams have been shattered. right? Because like, if they didn't do this, there was still a chance at some point of them revisiting, you know, anything English related, and they might use Vortigern in an event or something, right? But it's over now. There's no way we are ever getting regular Vortigern. Like it's GG. It's so, dude. That's like one of the things I wanted the most. It's like that Green Knight and Butch Cassidy and Henry V. Those are the things I really want in FGO, and now Vortigern is totally out of the picture. Okay, I don't need any more fucking people to at me with the same shit that I've been added with like 89 fucking times. What is wrong with you? Jesus Christ. I got it, guys. It's Vortigern. I know. Thanks. Christ. So I figure if they ever did Henry V, they would use the Shakespeare version, which actually kind of sucks. I love Shakespeare and everything, but you know, Henry V was a real king. I think his real history is significantly more interesting than the Shakespeare version. What the fuck is going on right now? I think Henry V has actually got a kind of an okay chance of getting in because he is a rather famous king, but I don't know. When you look at that like glow, okay, that's nice. But when you look at the world map, where it shows like where the characters are from geographically, it's they barely pull from, you know, most of the globe. So yet we can get Himiko. I mean, Himiko is such an unbelievably niche thing. Like, they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel there. But yeah, you can't get Henry V, even though he's like England's most famous king, really. Oh yeah, they still have that gunslinger that they've never confirmed the identity of. And a lot of people think it's going to be a gender bend. But they'll probably have to do a Saber Wars 3 for us to ever see that, which they might not do because Saber Wars 2 was kind of whatever, but I guess we'll see. I hope someday we get a Fate Hollow collab. That'd be really awesome. I wish they had done that instead of the stupid idol thing. That wasn't even a collab. So what was he doing this whole time that we were fighting Fluffy Boy? I mean, this is his third ascension. I can guarantee you this is his third ascension. There's no world where he's gonna have a third stage that's regular Vortigern, because like his whole toolkit wouldn't make sense. Like, because we've used him, you know, in gameplay. Like all the sleep and, you know, bullshit. Like there's no way you're gonna get the whole Oberon twisted Vortigern nonsense. Just letting everyone fight so he can just clean up. Did he not want to fight Fluffy Boy? I don't know, Fluffy Boy seems to want to do what he wants to do, but maybe not on the same scale, I guess. No, I don't think his MP would be significantly different. Like, it might, I'm sure it'll have a different animation, I'd imagine. But I don't think they're gonna do anything too crazy there. Guessing this is Castoria coming back. Or, you know, regular Artoria would be fucking bad. Of course not. I would say, that'd have been, imagine like Grand, you know, Saber, Arthur, or Artoria, or whatever. That'd be pretty cool, but no. I knew it was gonna be this though, because they didn't use their third stage yet, so. Did she summon herself? Did we do one of those moments? That was pretty funny though when Gil summoned himself. I thought that was pretty... That was pretty good. Okay. Guess it's a real fight because it's... Why did they make it question mark? They already showed that he's Pretender. I guess we gotta figure out what it is. I wonder if it is like the reverse of Alter Ego where it half counters all the night classes. Because that's like such a... That sucks though! Why would Pretender... Literally, why would Pretender counterclass the night classes, right? When that should be fucking Saver or Gunner or, you know, one of those. It makes so much sense for it to be Saver. Like, what the fuck does Pretender have to do? Like, that's so... If it does anything, it should have to do with extra classes. Pretending to be honorable. Yeah, I agree. Alter Ego doesn't make any sense for Calvary. I completely agree, but one stupid thing doesn't mean, hey guys, let's do more stupid things. Bob's a moron, so let's all be morons, right? Like that doesn't make any sense. It's not like it's not an ass pull to use Saver. Saver has been a canonical class forever. And the thing is, FGO only does this for hype, dude. I really don't like this. Because FGO is cheapening like their IP when they do this. They just keep making up classes for no reason when it's not justified, and it cheapens all classes when they do this. Every time they do this, it's stupider and stupider. It makes like there are more extra classes now than regular classes. Like what the fuck is that? And almost none of them are deserved, and they only do it for the hype. Like that's why they keep making up new classes instead of using the confirmed extra classes that have always existed. Right, because there's not as hype. It's not hype to do Saver or Watcher or actually Watcher might be a little hype, but or Gatekeeper or Gunner, right? Like, those aren't hype, so they don't do them. So they just keep making up just total bullshit that's never been mentioned anywhere in the Nasuverse, and they just every time they ass pull like that, it just cheapens the whole thing. And now we're just sitting here with so many extra classes. It's just so convoluted and ridiculous now. Like I find it super obnoxious. I think we still have a chance of getting Saver, but at this point, there's so many classes that I think they just make him a caster or something stupid like that, or a ruler, or what. They just wouldn't make him a Saver, because you know, fucking Fairy Vortigern gets his own class, but Buddha, who's already had his own class this whole time, doesn't. Right? They've already done shit like that, right? Like they've already had people like Voyager didn't get to be Voyager because he's not, you know, he's just a boyo. You can't have Voyager get his own class now. Right, but Waifu 99? Oh, of course. Give him 2 classes. Yeah, at this point, I think they will if they do add Buddha, they'll change his class because they can't be bothered. Oh yeah, her. I read the translations around that character, and she was like pretty much there to demonstrate how fucked up the fairies are. She's like one of the few good fairies, and all the other fairies like tortured her and hated her and wanted her to die. At least she got remembered a little bit. It was so weird how like a little recognition that character got, even though her fate was so fucked up. There's a few Fae that don't suck, but that's like the point. Like the few that don't suck just get rolled over. I mean, I like Buddha as a character, of course, so I'd be happy to get him at all. But he obviously deserves his own class because he's always been like the Saver, and that's been around for so many years. So it's just like, can you see what I'm talking about? Like where Saver's been a canonical thing in the Nasuverse for like 15 years or some shit, and he's always been a Saver. And we've never gotten a Saver or Buddha, and then, you know, but then they add Fairy Vortigern that we've never heard of, and it's just unique to this Lostbelt, and it gets to be a brand new class. Like, it's like, what the fuck, right? It's just silly. I will say, though, I like the art for this class, though. Like, no hate to the artists. Honestly, most of the class art for all the classes is normally good, I would say. I think Nasu just likes making new things. Like, it's kind of obviously wanted the story to just kind of be this crazy shit that, you know, is kind of brand new, because it's like this Lostbelt 6 world is like uses its own systems and whatnot. Like, it's pretty wild. So what's Castoria and Vortigern's relationship here? Because, you know, they didn't exactly get along in the regular timeline. I mean, I think Nasu put a lot of effort into Lostbelt 6. I might not like it, but I would never question his effort that he put into it. I'm sure he put loads of effort into it. I'd say it reeks of him giving a shit. You know, I obviously don't agree with the way he does things a lot of the time, but that's just my personal take. I don't think Nasu's being lazy or trying to phone it in at all. Okay, so I guess they're just hiding how the class works. That's why they did question mark. So I guess if the trial and error this a little bit, which wouldn't be so bad if they would give your AP back when you fail, like every other video game. Can I move them? Nope. Oh, fucking hate that. I don't mind, you know. I mean, I do mind when they do this, but when you can't even move them, I mean, come on. What the fuck? Well, probably want to use a cavalry class or an extra class. What do we want to use? Could use 100 phase. Let's see, well, what do we know Oberon does? Because we've used him. He puts you to sleep, gives you invulnerability, but after damage, that won't really... That's funny, that doesn't help us really at all. So I guess anti-debuff would be good, because I'm sure he's going to do the sleep thing. What does this account have for anti-debuff? Let's see, it's got Penth. I wonder if Berserker works. That's actually really interesting. So we got Penth, we've got Karna Saber a little bit. We've got Martha. I do wonder if Ruler has any interactions here. I almost want to bring her just to see. What else do we have for anti-debuff? We've kind of got Bedivere, but that's only for like one turn. There's Asclepius, obviously, but does this look like a good team? This doesn't really look like a good team to me. Like, who's the damage? Let's see. Use Shakespeare. That'd be really thematic. But again, this team, because you can't move the supports around, it's like this isn't a team right here, right? You know, I actually thematically love this. I like that a lot, but this account hasn't really prepared him. I haven't done like his upgrades and stuff. I don't have a lot of anti-debuff. The only other anti-debuff I can think of is like Joan of Arc. Wait, does this count as Joan of Arc? Yeah, of course it does. Where is she? Yeah, but again, this is not a team. Like, this is not a team. Like, I mean, you won't die, right? You'll just take 900 turns to beat the boss, right? So, you know, we try to avoid that. Well, the boss is AoE. Puts you to sleep. I kind of want to try Pens just so I'm curious if Berserker gets to be special against Pretender here. I want to see his class icon. So we'll see that in a second. I'm not sure I could actually protect Penth on a team like this, but we'll give it a whirl. I have no idea what my back row needs to be. I could just, if Berserkers work, I could just cycle like this, all this accounts Berserkers. I wonder how Alter Ego is going to interact with them if Pretender is the flip side of it. Let's see. What do I want to try here? I should bring a cavalry class because I want to be able to confirm. I almost want to bring a knight class so I can see if they're countered. I would love to use Blood Axe, but I have a feeling this is not going to be his kind of fight, but we shall see. Oh, okay, let's start with Shiki. Because she's art, so she works with Castoria, and then we can check like how all that goes. Alright, I guess Atlas, because if someone gets slept at a bad time. I mean, who knows, maybe this boss won't do the sleep thing, but I suspect he will. I'm not gonna lie, the Lostbelt 6 stream I did last time was my least favorite stream I've ever done. I did not have any fun, and that was lame. It was just everyone being a shit in chat constantly. And it just wasn't fun. Like, that's why I stopped streaming. Like, I was like, that's not how I want to enjoy the story at all. That's actually why Lostbelt 6 is not in the title, because I'm trying to avoid the peanut gallery, but, you know, I don't think you can really do that. So, did they give him the dragon trait? Alright, let's see. So he does something on attack and like some kind of debuff success chance or whatever. Yeah, he does have the dragon trait. You know, if he didn't, you know what I think the best way to beat this boss would be? I think this would be such an incredible video. You beat him with George, Sigurd, or Siegfried, right? And you beat the dragon back into him, right? You're like you're a fucking dragon, right? You smack him with dragon, you kill him with Siegfried or Sigurd. I think that would just be incredible, dude. Like that would be so funny. Okay, so if he's like the reverse. Oh, I love his. I gotta say, I don't like them adding a bunch of random classes for no reason. I love this class icon though. Can we get like who else would fit this? Pretender's pretty bizarre and specific, but like if we get like a badass with this, that's all. I like that, dude. That's a really cool Guadia. You know, Guadia kind of could because he, you know, the whole Solomon thing, but you know, I wonder if down the line, because we already know that they thought about making Guadia playable before. That doesn't mean they will later, but I could see them making him Pretender because of that. That'd be interesting. Judas. Well, so far the music's good. This isn't really the best context to listen to music though, because I'm talking to chat, so I haven't really been paying attention. But so far it sounds good. I like it more than... Like, Morgan's theme is fine for the first, like, 3 minutes, and then I think it becomes so generic. Like, I overall don't really like it so much because of that. Although the beginning of Morgan's theme is very good. But this music seems good. I like it. I like the piano. I'm a real sucker for piano though. As long as like it's not just really crappy, I just love piano so much. I feel like piano can make almost any boss theme good. So, okay, I guess we just turn one, fire everything here. Okay, she's still got her... Wait, is this... I can't remember if that's the icon it used to be. I think it is. You know, I should have done? I could have batteried Mash, had Mash in P, overcharged Shiki. And because Shiki could use her third skill. Not gonna lie, I don't mind Shiki thematically here at all. I think anytime you fight some crazy final boss, I feel like it's always cool to use Shiki, right? It fits well. Only 81k? Yikes. That's gonna take a minute. NP up. Nice damage. Okay, I think he's just the reverse alter ego. He's doing half damage to cavalry. He does attack down. Let's see. Let's just NP again, fuck it. So if I NP with Castoria, I didn't do Castoria's art up last turn. Which is bad because one, Shiki got double attack, so she would have just not taken any damage. And then she would have gotten more refund, so she wouldn't have had to use her third skill. So, bit of a whoops there. So, if Castoria NP's first, we get rid of the attack downs. The only thing is, it'll only be one hit invulnerability, and then what do we don't really have anything for when he actually gets his NP. I think I have to not use her art up then, because then we can evade invulnerability and vulnerability. Or I could use the Mystic Code. Okay, let's use the Mystic Code. Oh, he removes buffs when he attacks you, because she doesn't have the defense buff anymore. That's super annoying. That is one of my least favorite mechanics that they ever do in FGO. I pretty much always find that to be shit, but what are you gonna do? Don't worry guys, we're overcharging Shiki, so Shiki gets more insta-death chance. You're right, we should change it to normal mode for his NP. I suspect he has the same NP, it just looks different in this stage. Will be my guess. I don't know, maybe they'll start doing what they did with the lolly dragon and putting on your stage. I don't really like that though, because one, it makes her less unique, and two, wait, what was that? What? Did she give Nash attack up? Could you give that to Shiki? Hello? Why would you give that to Mash? That's stupid. Yeah, I got a Mash DPS in here. I completely forgot what I was talking about because that was really distracting. You know, looking at this though, they've used these auras before, right? Like for some bosses and stuff. Okay, now Chad, if you disagree with me, I don't want to like, you know, peer pressure anyone here. So if you don't agree, I want to hear it, right? Like, but I think it would be really cool that if when you got a character to a level 120, they got that aura. And but if you don't like it, or it's too taxing on your phone or whatever, in the card menu where you change ascensions, you can turn it off. Oh, she made her level 100? Okay, well, that's kind of silly. But anyway, but yeah, I think that'd be cool, right? Like, that'd be a really good reward. It's so hard to get to 120 that I think that would be a really cool reward and a way to show it off. And like when a friend says, hey, Looking Glass, my God, thank you for the 1,500 bits. Jesus, I'm just sitting here ranting about a stupid video game, but thank you. I really appreciate the support. Looking Glass, too kind. But yeah, I think that'd be cool, right? You could get like a green glow for Achilles and stuff, because they've done that for bosses many times. So I think that would make the grind a lot more worth it to me. And again, if you don't like it, you can make it optional. So I think they should totally do that. I think they're not going to, because I think people already have 120s and, you know, they didn't do it. But I think that's like that would have been a really obvious thing to do to make it more, you know, oomph, right? I think that'd be really cool. Like, you know, it might take away from moments where you do stuff like this, but I don't know. I think it's fine. Okay. Broke the health bar. He gained, looks like damage up or something, and then NP up. I guess I just mash NP. He's gonna remove our buffs, but oh, we gained a debuff. Something happens when you attack. Something to do with NP. I wonder if you can get NP down or something, and then you'd want to avoid attacking with your DPS if that's the case. Well, let's mash NP and then Art Chain, and that way I can see what happens when we attack. Yeah, I think these blue auras, well, you can make it, you know, different color based on the character, but I think that'd be pretty swell. This is where I wish we could give them feedback like in Genshin, because I think if enough people ask for that, they might do it. But it'd have to be a lot of people, otherwise I don't think they'd even think about, oh, great gimmick. I always love bosses that just randomly, with no warning, NP. Great. Yes, I forgot to make it normal speed, sorry. Well, to be honest, that wasn't really... Moscow Nom. He killed Mash with that? Okay, well... I mean, that was pretty cheap, just random NP like that, but what are you gonna do? Alright, do Berserkers get to do bonus damage? They do, so if you are capable of protecting a Berserker... Dude, Mash had so much value left. She hadn't done anything. She hadn't even used her, taunt. The thing is, random RNG, there's like that, there's no accounting for it, right? There's no accounting for when they do that. I really like this music, though. I can't wait to listen to it off stream where I can just pay attention to it. I really like this. Okay. I'm trying to think. How long does... I think the sleep lasts 1 turn? Yeah. So what did we do? I didn't pay... I think... Did we get ourselves attack down when we attack? It said something about NP, though. Mash hit him and I didn't pay attention because she's dead, so I can't see her debuffs. I really wish Mash was still alive, because Mash could taunt and invulnerability and that kind of thing. I think protecting a Berserker is a great way to do this stage, though. Star Gen down? Huh. I mean, dude, really, I don't think this is the final boss. I mean, we'll see. Maybe this is going to be harder than I think. And I don't think it's going to be a bitch of a fight. This feels like the Canis fight, where it's hard, right? You need to respect it. You need to figure it out. You need to make a team that makes a degree of sense. But it's nothing... You know, it's not like, oh my god, this is going to be such a bitch, right? Like, that's how Lostbelt 5 was, right? You had the Zeus fight, which was the final fight, really. And then Wadim was still a pretty big fight, but it certainly wasn't as hard as the Zeus fight. And then you had the Canis fight, which was, you know, it was a real fight, but it was obviously, you know, kind of just a, you know, 1v1 me bra closure thing. Caligula DPS for 1 to 3 star setup. It can work sometimes. There's been a few setups out there that people have used where it's effective. It's not like the most common thing. He gets used more. He gets used more for his utility. He's easier to use as a DPS when you use like 5-star supports, which I guess that's true for everything, but especially for him. But there are some 1 to 3 star setups that use him. It works sometimes. And oh, if you mean for this fight, you could probably do it to an extent. It'd be kind of random. If he was Grailed, it would probably work pretty well. And if you can skill seal the boss, that'd actually be super good, because then he wouldn't be able to quick charge. That'd actually be awesome. And it'd be easy to get Caligula's NP because of the free Castoria. Honestly, I wish I had a Grailed Caligula, because I think that'd be a very fun way to fight this boss. It would be tricky, though, to do what Caligula needs to do with Mash and Castoria having to be on the field, though. But if he was Grailed, you could probably make it work. Which Lostbelt is your favorite lore-wise and gameplay-wise? Probably Lostbelt 5, but Lostbelt... So, Lostbelt 5 is I like so much gameplay-wise, and I really, really do like it lore-wise, but I like it so much gameplay-wise that really puts it in its favor no matter what. Where Lostbelt 4, although it's decent gameplay-wise, it's not that great, but I do really like Lostbelt 4's story, and Lostbelt 1. So for pure story, it's 5, 1, and 4. Those are my favorites. It probably goes 5, 1, 4. But 1 is really close. But yeah, no, 5 is the winner overall for me. It's great. Alright, what are we doing here? I almost want to cast Castoria NP right now. But I might wait just a little bit because I don't actually have Pint's NP. Oh, I should get Pint's passive on this account. I've got a bunch of coins because she's a high NP rank. I should get her her second skill. That actually helps her a lot. So it makes it easy for her to get her NP after one. You know what? I'm gonna get Castoria. But it makes it easy to get your NP after 1 turn, which is pretty nice. Could have art changed there. Maybe I should have done that. No, I'm obviously not rolling for this. If it was regular Vortigern, I would do it in a heartbeat. Yeah, I should have art chained. That was a mistake. We get the battery next turn, I think, from Castoria. Like how Penta's just no affecting the debuff from attacking. Oh, it's NP gain down, and looks like Starge. He just randomly slept Castoria. That's what you should save Atlas for. Because if you need to use her, like in an emergency, and he does that, you can't. He might quick charge. I could break right now. I'd like to break with just Pent. And then save Shiki's. But I'm not sure she'll do quite enough. If she had Castoria's attack buff, I think she could do it, but just like this, I don't think it'll work. Nope, she's gonna break. Alright, let's see what he does at the end here. I suspect he's gonna do something. HP drain there. Like he just gained. Oh my god. I hate when they do this. Because if you don't like know in advance, you can never, it's just, that's the worst, laziest gimmick. And they do it so much, dude. And look at that. Look how stupid that is. He does quick charge, armor break, armor ignore, pierce invulnerability, NP up, right? That's so stupid. Like you just get ganked by that out of nowhere. Cause you see it coming, obviously you can prep for it. But on the first go, you're never gonna see that coming, right? Like what a joke. Also, LOL Castoria stops pierce invulnerability though, by the way. Sorry, boyo. Let's see. Taunts are really good here. Because he won't ping off Castoria's shield on the units you want. This doesn't seem like that hard of a fight. Again, it seems like a fight where they want you to pay attention and play well, but I'm just going at this with a whatever the fuck team, and I got no value out of Mash at all, and I could have gotten a lot more out of Shiki. I wasted my invulnerability on Shiki entirely there, right? So it feels a lot like the Canis fight, where it's like, you gotta pay attention, but it's nothing huge. I doubt he has Divinity, which is unfortunate because then Martha would be amazing here where she's not anything special. It looks like she doesn't get bonus damage. I wonder if she takes half damage or not though, we'll have to see. What do I want to do here? I wonder how much he's going to NP. He doesn't seem to have an automatic NP per turn thing, but he could just randomly quick charge. I think I art chain with Castoria. And I use the art on my Castoria because invulnerability doesn't matter anymore, so... Something about that voice line for Castoria reminds me of like the way she voices MHXX there big time. Way more robotic sounding there. Yeah, I will say, Fury, that's the one thing I am happy with. Like, just 100% is Percival. Percival's fucking awesome. And you don't summon the Lostbelt one, you summon the regular history one. I was kind of surprised by that. So yeah, I am happy with that. Well, we might as well NP here and see what happens. We might lose though. My back row just doesn't have any oomph. And I don't think we can really deal with his NP much, so we're probably going to lose, but I can change the team pretty easily to win, I think. wonder if he'd quick charge here. I want to save her debuff immunity for whenever he's going to do his NP so she doesn't get slept. I don't know, he's quick charges a lot, so but it seems random. Does he have Threat of Humanity now? Because if he does, that'd be pretty interesting if like the playable version one does as well. 86k, I think we're fucked here. I need to put a proper DPS in the back. And he quick charged. Fun gameplay. I guess I don't really like this boss in terms of gameplay because I don't think he's gonna be that hard or anything, but it's just lol quick charge. I never like those kind of bosses. I don't mind it when it's predictable, like Gwen, because he's not even like quick charging. He's just you know, building his MP rapidly. But you know exactly when. Oh yeah, right, sorry. You know when shit is coming, right? Where with this, there's no predicting this stuff. It's just random. And especially when you break the health bar. I hate when you break a health bar and they just quick charge your MP. Like, that's such a cheap gimmick. Oh my god, I gave George. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything here. I didn't know what the boss did, so what are you gonna do? I don't want to cast Storia NP, but she's about to die. I think we gotta see red press red. Gotta just do the thing here. Probably should have saved that heal for next turn. Oh, we get defense down now when we attack. Yeah, we're doing no fucking damage. Really? If he hadn't killed her there, we would actually be in good shape. But yeah, now we're fucked. The people debuff resist and debuff immunity are going to be really good here. Oh my god. Very fair game. Okay, well we could probably beat him now that we know what the fight is. Honestly, you can probably win this with just a bunch of berserkers. And you just protect them with your front row. Okay. Yeah, or I wonder how Arjuna would do here. I suspect, though, he's the anti-alter ego. Or flip side of alter ego, excuse me. So, night classes probably don't do so good. Okay. I might start with Shiki just because she is art. And then the thing is, Shiki needs to die first, then not Mash. George is fine, but I needed an actual DPS back here. Could do 100 Face, because 100 Face is just so good, but I think a Berserker is pretty swell. An art one is preferable, but I doubt this account has much in the way of art DPSs. It's not for Calvary. It's got Ricky, but honestly, just doing like Jerker or something is probably better, just because counter class damage is good. I almost want to go with what do you call it? A deep DS Mystic Code and just suck it up for the sleep, because just winning fast is really good. Let's go with that. Like one-shotting that final health bar would be really good. And you wouldn't need Atlas if you had a setup that had some debuff immunity for the team. I don't really have that. Well, I guess we stick with Atlas for now. I feel like we can do it. Oh my god, is she 444 on this account? Hold on, let me, this account might be scuffed, but I swear it's not that scuffed. Also, I want to get Pin's passive. I haven't gotten any passives really on this account, because I kind of just forgot. And I can get some pretty easily. Yeah, it's giving you the tutorial, so apparently I haven't done any. Huh, I thought Pin would have more than that. Oh, well, that kind of sucks. Well, I think it's definitely this for her, just because you really want it to be as reliable as possible for her to get her NP quickly. That's kind of her shtick, so. Oh yeah, when you get, geez, when you max this, it'll be 20%. That will be nice. Okay. Achilles has the most, but I'm gonna wait on him because I don't remember what his third skill does. It's probably Archer because of Chiron though. Let's see, what else do we got here? How many does Liz have? 145, not as many. I think my main probably has a lot of those because I've gotten Liz so many times. Although if you burn them, I don't know if it actually counts when they did the retroactive thing. I got my fucking Proto-Cú gets 80. What a joke, dude. God, I hate the way they did this system. He's got a chunk. Jerker will be good with this if they ever give you a way to get them on welfares, because she's another one if you start off with NP and she has her own battery that will be rewarded for that quite a bit. Alright, let's see. And the thing is, I bet you what this account doesn't have is gems, because I just don't fucking play this account. And, like that last lottery event, I didn't play it for that. I played my other accounts. I think I played the 1 to 3 star account. So it probably doesn't have a lot of Berserker gems, although apparently you got the red ones at least. But I bet you I don't have the gold ones. You get gold retroactively. You don't get silver. Silver, you get the ones for like the inherent summoning and like their bond. But that's why it's actually easier to get passives on golds if you happen to have them at a high NP rank, where if you, if you burned the golds, I'm not sure if you got them or not, I don't know. But I know if you have extra silvers beyond NP5, you do not get those coins retroactively. Yeah, dude, I could have done that Ku setup so much smoother if I'd had his third skill, but I didn't have the coins, and I would need 8 copies of Ku to get that third skill, and I was like, there's no way, right? I'd have to, I could use all like 1,000 SQ that I have on story summon, and I probably wouldn't get 8 Qs. I'm sure I'd get a few, but I probably wouldn't get 8. So yeah, it's pretty lame. Oh, I should do command codes. I mean, is this fight hard enough? Let's try it without. I literally fear the command code UI more than this boss. But you could do there's a command code that blocks sleep, and you could bring command codes to remove debuffs. That's really good in this fight, like for sure. If you want to take this fight like more seriously, you definitely do that. But I'm thinking we can make this work without. I know they don't give the dude. Ongra fans got so screwed over. It sucks. I've seen a lot of people very upset about that. I hope you can just get generic coins that you can spend on anyone. That still doesn't fix a lot of the problems and how they're obviously oh my god, chat. There's an interview. They've been working on making a PvP mode of Grail Front. Like that's where their dev time has been going. Like I can't even believe that. I cannot even believe that. I mean, what they've said, they have a very small team, so that is absolutely taking away from other things. I'm so, and dude, I think that this might be overly cynical, but I think that's why a big part of why they did the coin system. Because the coin system gives them an incentive for people to want to ASAP, you know, go for NP7, because they don't have to wait for events to get the coins for the new fancy 5-star, right? And then if it matters in Grail Front, because you know what's going to really matter in Grail Front? Extra 20% starting NP. So if there's a new unit that's really good and you want to use them in PvP, the whales are going to want to roll for NP7 or 8. Like, it's so stupid, dude. And look, not only do I think PvP is just fundamentally a bad idea in FGO because it just doesn't work for this game because of the way the combat system works. There's a reason why the enemies are asymmetrical. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Grail Front is that good of a mode. It's a fun thing to do on the side, I don't hate it, but Grail Front is shallow as fuck. I would way rather they spend their time trying to make like a challenge tower mode that uses normal FGO gameplay and just has very creative enemies and stuff. Because normal FGO gameplay is better than Grailfront. Now again, I don't mind Grailfront as a side thing for funsies. I don't mind it at all. But it is not something that is worthy of taking up a lot of development time. It's super fucking shallow. And then I think Grailfront mode would be so bad in PvP. Because surely people that have actually sat down and played that mode have seen it. You are unbelievably... Whoever gets to attack twice first, because the enemy's close enough, wins. That's all there is to it. Like, I mean, it's gonna be so bad in actual PvP. Like, it's gonna be absolutely terrible. Because it's gonna be so easy to one-shot anybody, because you can turn one NP, you can pierce invulnerability, all these broken craft essences. Like, it's gonna be so easy to one-shot each other. And then not only that, whoever gets to, like, whoever moves in first, so they can only attack once, will lose, because then the other person, when it's their turn, you're already close to them, and they can double attack you, and then they'll perma-kill you, right? Like, it'd be awful. It'd be so bad in PvP. I just, that is such a horrible use. And I think the only reason, chat, again, this is really cynical, but I think the proof's in the pudding here. I think the only reason they're trying to make a PvP mode, and they think Grailfront is their out because it's not the normal gameplay. So they think they won't get a lot of bad backlash. Like, well, it's just a side thing, you know, it's Grailfront mode. It's not the normal FGO, so it's okay with PvP. But they're doing it because they've seen other games make a lot of money from doing it. And Aniplex wants that money. You know, they're not doing what's good for the game. They're not doing, you know, what is going to make the game better. They're not doing things to make the new player experience better. They're just trying to milk their whales. And I just think that's so short-sighted, and I think it's so fundamentally not going to work for FGO. I think this is a terrible idea. And I think the only reason they're trying to do Grailfront PvP is because Aniplex wants them to, because that's like how you make money in a lot of the other games. Like I absolutely think that's why they're doing it. It is such a bad idea, dude. I cannot believe they're wasting time on that. Of all things, it's insane. Like, oh my god, it's infuriating. Because even if it was good, which it won't be, I have no faith that DW would make a good PvP mode at all. But even if it was good, no one plays FGO for that. And then the type of people that are attracted would be bad. I mean, and like just the fact that they haven't addressed like how bad FGO is for new players, it's just so short-sighted. And this is not rare. It is normal that I've talked about this many times in my stream. It is normal that developers overly incentivize the next latest and greatest thing for like their in-game players, the veteran players, and only focus on that, and only focus on milking whales and that kind of stuff, making new content for that, and just forgetting about the early game, and then at best trying to let people power through the early game. Most people, if they get into a game and the first, you know, chunk of it is just boring, lame, easy, they're just gonna stop playing it. They're not gonna power through and get to the better part of the game because they don't even know there is a better part of the game. Like, they're just gonna go play something else. And it is the fact that like I don't even know how long it takes to get to Camelot, right? But this game is terrible until Camelot, and they never even tried to address that. And it's because they're too busy with Grailfront PvP apparently. Dude, I thought that article was a meme. I really did think it was a joke, but it's true. Like, they really did say that in an interview. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Anyway, all right, let's actually turn one, use our art up, for God's sakes. That was definitely a mistake last time. Cheeky is not like an amazing DPS here, but she's okay, so I don't mind using her. Not ideal, but good enough. Okay, I guess we just Shiki art chain. Lie like Vortigern. What a dumb thing. Damn, she one-turned the first health bar. Not bad. I guess getting that art up really helped. That is, dude, I tell you, anytime people criticize DW, there's always a bunch of like DW simps trying to defend them, even though they're just blatantly doing terrible business practice. Every time. Like, it doesn't matter if they're thinking about it or not. They've already said they're putting in development time into testing it. That's already such a bad business move. That's already so dumb. Like, that's already, like, that's such, they thought making Sakura Wars was a good idea, right? Like, they thought Sakura Wars was a good idea. They thought that was a legitimate good use of their time and money. They thought that, and that game shut down in 6 months. Or anyone could have told them that that game wouldn't work, because it's literally FGO without the Fate IP, and FGO has one of the worst business models on the planet. There's a reason why every other mobile game, in games like even on PC and stuff like Genshin, don't use that business model anymore, right? And the fact that they actually thought it would work shows how completely out of touch with reality they are. And then they're actually, and they've said that their development team for FGO is really small, and they're wasting time testing Grail front PvP. Like, yeah, that's a good use of your time. And they even said in the interview that they're aware that the player base actively doesn't want it, but they're spending their time on it anyway. They literally said that. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, how is that a good idea? And I'm telling you, it's because of Aniplex. It's absolutely because of Aniplex. Because Aniplex, if you look at how they manage all their other properties, you know, it's the same shit. They literally have no idea what they're doing. But they're really short-sighted and greedy like that. Do I want to use Castoria's NP here? I mean, this guy's pretty fucking quick charging. Let's taunt. That way he won't ping it off the other ones. And then if Mash needs another invulnerability, she can use her own. I think that's definitely the right play here. Yeah, let's do this, this, and this. The thing is, them being self-aware makes me think it's Aniplex. That's the thing. Again, I stand by my criticisms of DW. I think they've just been made laughable business decisions over and over and over. But I definitely think Aniplex is trying to get them to do stuff that'll, you know, money, 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 money. It's actually quite common too, because FGO started to make less money, and I think a big part of that's because the game was so stagnant and they weren't making the new player experience better. You must have a good new player experience. You must bring in new players. That's an absolute must. But their new player experience has been really bad. And so I think what Aniplex's reaction to FGO making less money is try to make more money from the people that are still playing it. That, I think, is Aniplex's mindset, because Aniplex is really stupid like that. Man, Shiki's doing pretty good, I gotta say. I feel like there is a really good chance he is going to quick charge into his NP, and if he doesn't, we can use our backup stuff here. I almost want to let... I'm so tempted to just battery Shiki with mashes and vulnerability, but that's a pretty poor use of it. I'm not going to lie. But battering yourself isn't particularly good either. Why does he give Mash an attack up here? Is it really strong or something? Because, like, I feel like, I mean, Mash is okay here, but I don't know. It feels like you're better off just being bursty and kind of winning really fast. So I feel like it's kind of weird that they did that. Let's see, if he doesn't quick charge, I am going to have a heck of a time. Nightmares he attacks, then quick charges, and then NPs. Alright, I'll use it on Mash though, I guess. I don't know about that. We'll see. Because ultimately Mash's NP isn't good at the end because he's got that armor ignore, so... So we know that NP animations actually aren't done by DW, and we don't know, but it's possible that the other sprite work isn't done by DW either, but we don't know. But the company that does the NP animations even came out and said that they did it. What's crazy is I don't think we would have known about that if that company didn't say that. But yeah, they're like third-party contracted, they're outsourced, right, to do the NP animations. All right, well, he did an NP. I guess I just do this. Did he drain Shiki's NP or something? I think he did. How does Shiki not have an art card right now? I was really wanting to art chain. Feels bad. I gotta say though, this boss theme is really good, and that's where FGO excels, right? It's you know, it's got debatably good story sometimes, but I think there's definitely some good story out there. And even when I don't like the story, it still has good characterization. I think FGO absolutely has good characterization, and Nasu always does good character writing. None of his characters are two-dimensional, really. Like he's very good at that. And their music is excellent. Their artists do absolutely fantastic work. The people that design their bosses generally do a good job. I think they have a hit or miss. I don't think they playtest the bosses enough, or if at all. I think that's really obvious sometimes. But I still think their boss design is generally good. And really, their artists and music and everything. They're always on point. Because there are some FGO songs that I think are kind of a miss, right? Like they're not, you know, they're not bangers, but they're not bad. I can't really think of FGO songs really that are ever bad. So that's quite the accomplishment, really. I'm surprised Shiki is going this far on her own here. So you know what's sad? I think, yeah, so you're allowed, this I find this so obnoxious. So I can click Castoria's NP and then click Mash's art card even though she's asleep, and then Castoria will remove the sleep and the art card will go off. But you're not allowed to do that with NPs, and I honestly think it's just kind of like an oversight with like the under the hood stuff. I'm gonna NP now. Even if he doesn't quick charge, I don't mind if people die soon. We can kind of clean up now. And I kind of just want to get Shiki damage. Although, in one turn, Shiki gets her own art up, but I think we just roll with it. What's your opinion on his NP? It's okay. It's, you know, I'd want way better for Vortigern, but there's no winning in that department here, so... So, you know, now this, I think a lot of people won't agree with me on, and this should be optional. But I think, like right now, when Shiki does her NP, I think the music should change to that background music permanently. And I think it should change back to the boss theme when the boss NPs, right? So if you're fighting Morgan, it goes back to Morgan's theme whenever Morgan NPs. But until the NP, you get unlimited blade works, you get, you know, whatever it is, right? You know, I think that would be cool. Now, I think it should be optional, because I could see like some people just want to jam out to the boss music and that's that, and that's totally fine, and, you know, I get it. But I think that'd be a cool option there. Alright, well, I think there's a very good chance that the boss is going to quick charge and murder Shiki, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Granblue Fantasy's got some good music from what I've seen. I've played that game a little bit. I haven't played it a lot, but I've played it some. But I've listened to plenty of the soundtracks, and they've got some nice music over there. It's not bad at all. Yeah, you by all means, you could definitely have the opposite option. I think that's fair enough. More options the better, really. So you don't have the, you know, the music ever switch up. That's totally reasonable as well, I would say. Okay, man, if Shiki could NP right now, we would win. And if Mash wasn't asleep, I could overcharge. I could overcharge Castoria, and then we would have. It would be a lot safer for Shiki to not die. I'm gonna do Shiki's first, so then her debuffs are removed. So apparently, if you just use Mash intelligently with the taunt, and you just use LOL Castoria, you don't even need a counter class here, and you can just win at neutral. So definitely not the hardest fight I've ever seen, but it's cool thematically. I think that's what they're going for. It's a lot like the Kanan fight. It's supposed to be hard enough where you have to take it seriously, but it's not supposed to be the big, you know, oh shit fight. So I guess you do Mash's NP just for the attack up. These buffs aren't going to do anything. He's probably still alive here, we'll see. So far, the only class that I saw that had advantage on it was Berserker, but there's probably something else. And at this point, y'all can spoil it. I mean, we're pretty much done here. And I think this is the end of the Lostbelt, so... Spoilers free in a moment here. And when it comes to gameplay stuff, you can go, Foreigner? That's really weird. I feel like we just did that to make Foreigner better, because Foreigner hasn't really had a lot of use, generally, which I guess fair enough. He definitely could use some more use. But yeah, I figured they'd be the anti-Knight class. Oh, he lived. Oh, I see. So he is an alter ego to Knight classes, but then he counters alter ego straight up, and then Foreigner counters him, and alter ego counters foreigner, so it's a new circle, which would work a lot better if the classes were more common. But you know, what are you gonna do? I guess we just taunt with mash and try to get this over with, but having a hard time finishing him off now. What we should have done actually was had Castoria take the attack downs. I will say, protecting Pence would probably be good here just because of the 3-turn debuff immunity. I will say, I think, like, for the kinds of people that liked Oberon, I think, you know, the different variety you're going to have in his ascensions and effort put into his art and voice acting, I think, you know, people that like that kind of art style and everything will be happy with it, because I think they actualized it very well. But obviously not my kind of character, and the fact that he randomly made it Vortigern makes me very upset. Because Vortigern was one of my absolute most desired things. And this is not Vortigern, and this has nothing to do with Vortigern, right? It's just a waste. Like, I hate when they do this. Like, even if I liked Oberon, and I like this design and stuff, I would hate this because it has nothing to do with Vortigern, right? Like, that's ridiculous. And they already had a voice actor for Vortigern and everything. And it's kind of like, here's an example. I really like Mori, right? I really like Mori. But like, that kind of design and vibe would make no sense for Henry V. It's just stupid. Right? That'd be stupid, right? It's like, that's just nonsense, right? And so it's not even the fact that I'm not a fan of all the fairy nonsense. It's the fact that it just makes it does not fit the character, and it's such a waste of the character. And it's just like, it's just silly. And again, we're never going to get rid of regular Vortigern, just like we're never going to get regular Van Gogh. Although, actually, I think regular Van Gogh has a slight chance, because I have never seen so much, like, anytime they've done that kind of thing, where obviously a lot of people don't like Van Gogh, but like, I saw so many people wanting them to add regular Van Gogh, because he's such a famous painter and everything. I've never seen so much, like, outcry for wanting the regular version of something. I doubt there's any outcry for regular Vortigern, because everyone is just so obsessed with Oberon's design. They would have liked it if it was Bob. They would have liked it if it was Jimmy Boy or Tim, or, you know, it doesn't matter. And that's why that's why I don't like it, though, is because they don't care about that. But Vortigern, I don't think is popular in Japan anyway. So, well, George pretty much ensures that we win here. I'm gonna throw this out as just a filler buff. No love for Jerker here for her MP gain. Great theme though, great boss theme. Like, I think they actualized like the aesthetic they were going for here very well. Oh, I could have won that turn if I just went for damage. I could have buffed and just killed him there. I don't know why I was thinking I needed my MP. Oh, I know why I needed my MP, because Pence MP is awesome. I keep forgetting to do slow-mo, but now we're gonna have fucking slow-mo, boys. Chat, he wasn't a dragon, he wasn't a fairy, it was actually Achilles. How could we have been so silly? How did we not see this all along? Obviously, this is Achilles. I mean, look at him. That's a great NP right there. So someone just asked, what's my favorite Type Moon story? It depends. Does it have to be written by Type Moon, or does it have to be in the Nasu-verse, right? Because, like, although Type Moon is involved with Fate Strange Fake and Fate Zero, they didn't write it directly. They were just involved in it, right? But they're not, like, the actual writers of it. So that would change my answer if you mean both. Okay, well, for if it Type Moon specifically, then K and K, and it's not really even close. Although I think Fate Stay Night's premise is awesome, and it has some amazing characters in it. I think Kodomine is an amazing character. I think Medusa's a great character. I think Ku's a great character. Kojiro. I think the characters in Fates of Night are phenomenal. But I think the story is trash and is just loaded with plot armor and just bullshit. So I like Fates of Night, but it's got so many problems. I would never call it a favorite. But K&K I think is much better. I think K&K also has great characters. I think the story works much better. I think it's better paced for like what the story wants to be, right? Where I think Fates of Night has some real issues with that kind of thing. So yeah, K&K is I think definitely my favorite thing from just Type Moon specifically. It's awesome. I love K&K. I think it's a really good story. For the Natsuverse period, it's Fate Zero and Fate Strange Fake. I would say just Fate Strange Fake, but it hasn't finished yet, and the ending matters, right? They could totally fuck it up, right? As it moves forward, it could suck, and then in its totality, that would really lower it in my book. So right now, I would say Fate Zero because it's a finished work, and I think it's paced well. It has really good characters like Fate Stay Night, but it's a way more coherent story. It's a lot more logical for the most part. It has a few issues here and there, but all stories do. So yeah, I would say Fate Zero is overall my favorite. But Fate Strange Fate could overtake it once it's finished. I really like Fate Strange Fate. And I just like that writer, period. I read other things from him, and he's awesome. I love his stuff. Like, Baccano is phenomenal. Alright, maybe there's another fight with him. We'll see. We'll see if that's the end of it all or if there's more. Is this the past? Surprised anyone's still alive on this rock. There are aspects of this story that I really liked, though. I really liked the servants conceptualizing like folklore, right, with Burgess and Sith and everything. I think that was a really good idea. I wish it was expanded on more, though. I think they could have done more with it, but I thought that was a good idea. I really do think like the stuff with Morgan at the end was truly surprising, and that was really interesting. Like I really was surprising. I so did not see that coming. I like the stuff with Pepe and Beryl big time. I thought that was great. And Fluffy Boy was pretty cool. This is an extra scene for you if you chose to trust Oberon throughout the Lostbelt. Huh. So it's just like some bonus like context for Oberon's backstory, I suppose. So I'm guessing like depending on like which characters you're nice to throughout the story, you just get an extra like backstory to a different character. Can you get a Percival bonus scene or anything? So I don't think that really matters, chat. I don't think that counts as like the story mattering. It's more of like, yeah, it doesn't really affect anything. But that's cool though. I think that's cool. It's not like it changes a boss fight or, you know, changes the ending, right? It's like just extra context. Okay, Astoria going bye-bye already. So, I'm confused. Like, what was our objective here as of a long time ago? I guess just preventing this from spilling out beyond Lostbelt 6, I suppose. Because even though it's not really a Lostbelt anymore, I'm guessing it could still, like, it could still spill into regular history. Even though regular history is kind of fucked right now. Get Excalibur for the alien god. Yeah, we're helping. Wait, did we seriously... Oh wait, are you serious? I was about to say, she never... For some reason, Castoria never used Excalibur. Yes? Really? So why? Why? That's so weird, dude. Why wouldn't they have used Excalibur already? And who's gonna use it? Nash, for fuck's sakes? Oh shit, though. Maybe it's not over for regular Artoria because Fuyuki. Maybe we get, but wait, she'd already have Excalibur. I don't fucking know. It's probably gonna be MASH then. That's kind of lame, to be honest. Like, I don't hate MASH or anything, but if she's gonna play into anything, it should be Galahad stuff, not Artoria stuff. But, so we literally did all that to get Excalibur for the alien god, huh? Wasn't really expecting that. I know, like, Excalibur is, like, supposed to have anti-alien properties. That's why it was extra useful against the White Titan, because the White Titan's alien. And the alien god is presumably alien, so that's probably what they're thinking, which, I mean, fair enough, but it would have made more sense if Castoria used it, right? Maybe we'll summon her again. I mean, she's super popular, so I'm sure they'd be happy to do that. Have Merlin use it. Oh my god. Can you imagine, you know, the big finale of Lostbelt facing down the alien god, and it's fucking Merlin with Excalibur. That would be so ridiculous, but it would be that would be amazing. I would actually enjoy that. Oh my god, because you could buy that he would know how to use it and stuff, right? Oh my god, that'd be so ridiculous. His fucking smug ass face, right? God. Oh yeah, Sherlock's gonna be a problem at some point though, for sure. That might be a 0.5 story though, I don't know, we'll see. Well, Muramasa fucking died, so I don't even know if he knew why we were using it, I don't know. But generally, he's been completely loyal to the alien god, and he was working with us because that was still in line with the alien god, but maybe he... That'd be kind of lame though if he portrays the alien god, just because that was his whole character, was he was always going to be loyal. Maybe with his time traveling with Castoria, he's like, oh no, I'm switching sides, I don't know though. I don't know where Kodamine's been. We shall see, I suppose. Man, Ku didn't do anything. That sucks, man. Like, no characterization, almost no talking, no big fight, right? Just kind of hanging out. Lot of dead shits here. So what happened to the world here? Did Vortigern end it pretty much, and is it just like completely fucked? And but literally everything's dead, so it just will like fade on its own essentially. So basically, Vortigern actually helped us. It's just we stopped them from spilling out beyond the Lostbelt. Oh fuck! She's still alive? I see, that's the blue one though, so I guess that's the what the fuck? Is this gonna amount to anything, or is she just gonna like fade away here? If she just fades away here, why did she not do anything that entire time? Dude, I don't even really like her, she's not my kind of character, but there's no reason to waste her character. If she's still alive, and I'm so sick of them having characters just die for no reason because it's so obvious that they're just like not wanting to have them step on toes in the story in the future. Yeah, the Canis thing was really dumb. So, I mean, what? What? Is she just flying off into space? Is she just like, I'm fucking out of here? I did not realize she was still alive. Aurora seemed to be on the plan to destroy everything, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. I think if Aurora would be summonable, they'd do it way down the line. Like, way down the line. And they would probably do regular history one too. I doubt they would do the Lostbelt one because it'd be so far removed from Lostbelt 6. If she was summonable right now, it'd be the Lostbelt 6 one. But if they ever made her a unit way down the line, I bet she would be the regular history one. They probably would use the same design though, but they might give like an Ascension stage that's pretty different or something. Dog Juna, I don't see being summonable at all. Kind of a neat design though, so unfortunate, but I doubt it. You never know. I mean, they've made some random things summonable before, so you never know. She seems to be musing on a lot, but I don't know what. I suspect the second banner is going to be the little one and Vortigern. I hate saying that, but what are you gonna do? What a fucked up story this was. Like, what a fucking... Like, what a just shit show for like this fucking story, dude. Jet Fighter Dragon. I think Lostbelt 7 should be pretty good because I think they're gonna get to like the real meat of like what's been going on with the alien god and David and all that stuff, right? They don't really have a choice to do any sideshow nonsense. I think we'll have though like I mean, there's probably gonna be a 6.5 with Vince, right, and shit like that, and you know, God knows it's gonna be a while before we get to Lostbelt 7. But I think when we get there, it'll get to business. Because they kind of have to. They're, you know, if they don't, it's like the only way Lostbelt 7 would be a sideshow is if there's a Lostbelt 8 where then they get to business, right? But that's dragging it out way too much. I think they kind of already have dragged it out a bit too much. That was such a long ass outro for those two. What the hell? I'm not really sure what. I'm guessing she's not leaving the Lostbelt, or you can't even call it that anymore, but the Singularity, whatever, I'm guessing she's not leaving, so she'll just die with it. But I don't know, maybe she's gonna fly off. I think it'd be cooler if she showed up again later in the story. I think that, like, you know, reoccurring elements like that is nice. And they put so much effort into like that thing's attack animations for like not as much as a regular character, of course, but like its MP was so good. I'd love them to use it again. Is he still alive? He's probably just happy enough to have blown up Lostbelt 6, I guess. You don't have to read summaries. What is wrong with people, dude? It's like, literally, word for word, all this shit gets translated. And like, way before it comes to NA. It's not even close. That reminds me, I remember when I watched Dean's Day Night, I remember everyone saying, you don't understand Shiro's character unless you read the visual novel. And then I read the visual novel, and I'm like, I knew all of this from the anime. I learned nothing. It literally changed. I remember that was such a fucking thing, where everyone was like, you just can't understand Shiro unless you read the visual novel. And then I read the visual novel. I'm like, I literally knew all of this. It's like, the visual novel like explains it to you, like, so if you're an absolute moron, you'll get it. Where Unlimited Blade Works, Steam Night, all of the anime doesn't, right? You have to kind of fill in the gaps, but it's so obvious, right? The gaps are so obvious that it's not hard to figure that shit out. I think the character that got done the most dirty from like Steam Night is just Kozuki. Like they very much make him seem morally black, and he is absolutely morally gray. Like he like does not give a shit one way or the other. Are we gonna go back to like the whited Earth? Which I'm really interested to figure out what actually caused that. Because apparently it wasn't the alien god, although I don't know if our source for that is reliable or not, but probably David. I don't know about that. But in 5.5 it said that the alien god showed up with it and is like capitalized on it, but it wasn't what did it. It could have been though, like apparently there was like another alien god that Chaldea fucked up or something, so it could have been that thing. That wouldn't shock me if it was like the other alien god that Chaldea had captive or some weird shit and they accidentally blew it up or some crazy nonsense. We'll find out though. That's Chaldea was absolutely up to nonsense before 1.0. Like before the start of 1.0, Chaldea was doing shady shit, and they're probably villains actually. There's been so much that's implied that. Oh yeah, and there's Area 51 nonsense, which that might even have to do with Chaldea. Who knows? I'm really excited to see more of David, though. See you, Red. Thanks for hanging out, man. So it looks like she can use her regular sus as fuck, by the way. But man, they should do a Melty Blood collab because the game's coming out and she's already in the game. Do y'all think because okay, you got roast beef in Melty Blood, right? But she's not. I don't think she's in the new Melty Blood, although she might be later. But if we got a Melty Blood collab, I feel like we have a chance of getting roast beef just because of Sessyoin being in the game already, because they're like a whole shtick. So if they're wanting to do stuff with Sessyoin, they basically have to do stuff with roast beef. But I don't know, they might have just forgotten about all that nonsense. So the last silhouette doesn't really look like that. The Knight of whatever the fuck. He doesn't really look. He's got similar hair, but it's not really the same. So I don't really think so. I don't know though. I mean, I could see them doing that if they want to do stuff with Sessyoin because she's like dead ancestor nonsense, right? So maybe. And then they could just change his design a bit too, so that makes. And who knows who the artist is? So that could explain why the silhouette looks a bit off. So it's possible. It wouldn't be my top pick or anything, but I mean it's possible. No, the new Melty Blood is a prequel to Tsukihime. It's not really anything to the other Melty Blood. Huh. Wow, you have to actually earn it though. How? Oh my god, is this how we're supposed to get coins with Mash? What a joke. But yeah, because before you got it for free, now you don't. Can you Grail her now? Has this been a... Like, have I been missing this? Because I don't know. Is she Grailable now? I ain't cheap, senpai. No, still can't. Did they main... What? Huh. That's awfully generous of them. Was not really expecting that. Wow, Rex must be happy because Rex really wanted her. They just give you a 4-star. She's an FP? What the fuck? Got her NP 5, 10, 10, 10. We'll test her out later for sure. Maybe not right now because we got a million things to do, but we'll definitely test her out at some point. I'm guessing they're telling you she's an FP now, right there. User NP, okay, hold on. Hold on, I they give you 30 coins. Yeah, that'll help. Thanks, game. Gareth. Looks like it makes stars per turn. Something about art up. What does this do exactly? Because I see 10 and the star icon. Surely this doesn't make 10 stars because that's power creep 2030 and it's a 4-star, so they wouldn't do that. But 10-star bomb. Okay, so it's probably a 15-star bomb if you limit break it, so that's not really anything worth the shit. It's only kind of worth the shit if you limit break it, and good luck limit breaking it. How come you can go back here? You couldn't go back to 5.5. Is it just because it's a 0.5? Because this place doesn't exist anymore. But I guess a lot of the other ones don't either, so it's just kind of an excuse, I guess. And I guess 5.5 they just didn't want on the menu, so that's why it's a main interlude. So can we fucking farm bells now? For God's sakes. Like, holy shit. Bells, here we go. What's the drop rate like? Well, hey, an Avenger stage. I was hoping, hey, come on, play something that's level 91, dude. I want a free quest that's like worth a shit. Oh, hey, what's the? Oh, is that the red version? You can get a red version. Do you get her fucking veil though, or visor? How do we get red version but not the fucking visor? Oh, nope, there. Or, yeah, visor. What does it... Okay, I'm glad they did that. Does it do anything, though? Does it... Why didn't we get Morgans? Why did we get... Oh, my God. Anyway, does this do anything for her third skill? Like, stop it from switching? Looks like no, is what people are saying. Does it change her third skill? That sucks. I think that'd been so cool if she wouldn't transform with it. But at least they added it. That's nice. Sucks that Morgan didn't get hers, though. That actually hurts even harder for Morgan. If she gets it there, are these stages good gameplay-wise? Because I could just keep these stages forever. Because I don't think I even have the Lolly Dragon. It doesn't look like they're very high level, though. They're just level 70, so they're probably not anything too fancy. Voice lines change, interesting. It looks like the highest level one was like 82. Yeah, that one right there. Let me make sure there's no, like, freak level 91. Why is this a node? Any chance they did any stages that aren't 333, like enemies, where it's like 111 or 121 or any stuff like that? Always find those more fun because you can kind of just mess about and use single target stuff, which I really enjoy. Generic shit, damn. I wish we had free quests that were interesting. It's the only repeatable content that we have, and it sucks. Well, there's 2 level 82 ones. There's a 311 node? Well, that's fun. I think 5-2 had a 1-1-1 stage or 3-1-1 stage or something. Yeah, it's not really interesting if the final node is one enemy because then you don't care because you're at the end anyway. Alright, we'll check out her NP animation. Oh, hey, there's Lostbelt. Oh, yeah, they're doing you can see it. They're doing a. Oh my god, I hate the 0.5 stories, dude. They waste like a year of our time. It takes 6 months to do them, and then 6 months to get to the next thing. So it's a year of time before. I hate these. Yeah, it's probably Venture or something. And you can see the dot there. So it's gonna be another 0.5. And look, they give us no information at all on Lostbelt 7. Man, that sucks. I hate waiting that long, dude. Like that's just crazy. All right, let's just go to some random crap to see her NP animation. Let's see. My brain gets so confused because the 6th year anniversary, then Lostbelt 6 really messes me up there. I got so many buff quests that I need to do on this account. Let's do like just an F or a QP daily because I need QP on this account, something awful. And we'll just, she's level 1, but we can still get her NP, so. Unless she's oh, there we go. Easy peasy. We'll just give units that like work with her. Let's see, what do we want? If this account had Boudica, I would use Boudica, but she's not. Oh wait, she is level. She's 6-1-1. I was gonna do, let's go, you know, art support writers, you know. I'm doing it anyway. Who needs skill ranks? Someone on the team needs to do something. Oh no, we'll make her do the work. We'll just generic shit here. We're not trying to 3-turn, we're trying to see her animations. She's kind of a support. So let's go, I just don't have any art units to support, that's the problem. Fuck it, she can support Achilles. What else do I got? Do I have any fucking art? Jesus, I have like no art DPS. I have Shiki, but we're fighting casters. I have no art DPS. Hohenheim. Oh my god. He's not being counterclassed at least. Here we go. Yeah, there's the power chat. Here we go. Shiba would actually be better, but we're committed. Oh, I'm having real difficulties breathing right now. This feels bad. I want to go mess around with like Proto-Cú and everything. And that might have to be tomorrow's stream, but I'm looking forward to testing all the buffs. Isn't there one more round of buffs today, or was that the last one? I wish they would have done more, man. Like, there's so many units that need to be buffed. No more? That sucks. There's so many units that need to be buffed. She is so small! Okay, what's her third skill? I see invulnerability. Let me see. Oh my god, this has a million effects on it. She kind of needed it though. I kind of want to wait to use it until I get my NP, I think. God, the generic FGO music. Oh, it's targetable though. Delayed debuff on herself. She seems to like take one for the team a lot. So she gives guts, 5 turns. That's really good for a targetable guts, big heal, and invulnerability. Wow. Let me heal her. And then we'll do this number. I am in slow-mo. I'll put it back in slow-mo when we use her NP. Actually, I'm gonna do slow-mo because I want to see her animations. Wait, no, I'll do fast mode until I get through Medea's NP. Watch this incredible damage. 22k single target. Okay, she's one of those. Boudica with the bailout, though. Boudica with the fucking bailout. That's actually good, though, because she can cycle. Like, that's actually good. It's not necessarily worth it in, like, for some challenge quests. It will be sometimes for whale stuff. For a budget setup, it's normally not good to have units die that easy. That's why you don't see Qingong used in budget setups very often. Well, he is used, but he's used for without using his NP. But for whales, I bet you they're going to use that a lot, because you can cycle. Alright, let's see her NP. Oh my god. So I'm assuming they changed her NP. What everyone said, because we already saw it in Lostbelt 6. What? What the fuck? Was that AoE or single target? What the fuck was that? I don't even... It's AoE? That's actually not bad. Because she's NP1... Wait, no, this one's NP5, excuse me. Never mind. Yeah, of course, this one's NP5, I think. Yeah, I'd imagine she can loop. That doesn't surprise me at all. You get, like, Castoria or whatever, and, you know, enough art up. Hit 3 targets. Alright, Boudica DPS time, though. She's probably a good unit then, though, because she's got okay stuff she can do herself. And then, she can cycle buffs for you. Can she use her first skill on herself? Oh, I'm sorry, no, her third skill. Can she use her third skill on herself? Because it kills her, but then it would bring her back with her guts. Yes? How much health does it bring you back with? It's rather relevant for her, because then she can heal 5,000! Wow! So she could guts and then heal herself. Dude, she's actually gonna be, that's pretty fucking good. It's gonna be, like, funky with her second skill and stuff, but, huh. Yeah, that could be, I could see her being a pretty damn good unit then. And now, chat, we see one of the worst NP animations in the entire game. The ending part is cool, but the, oh my god, like, they put no effort into this. I mean, like, that NP animation was absolutely not what I was expecting, but it's FGO, so... Like, I don't know, what are you gonna do, right? Statue of Boudica, yep. Like, that backflip looks so bad! They obviously needed to redraw her, and they just didn't. This looks absolutely terrible. Is this... I tell you, she's interesting. It looks like this is debuff immunity forever for 1 turn, but it's unlimited amounts. So many debuffs that are more budgety only last for like 1 hit and stuff like that. So that's quite nice. I think she's going to be... because she's essentially a budget unit. It's just after Lostbelt 6, because then you can get her for free, and then she is an FP. I think she's useful. It looks like, does her MP not heal anymore? Because before her MP healed, does it not do that anymore? That's kind of a shame. If she had an AoE attack MP that healed the team, like Lily, no heal, yeah, that sucks. That'd have been really cool if she had a heal like a Lily, because then you could use them both and crap and just heal the team for a fuck. Oh my god, our team is so bad for this. Like, this is a joke battle and everything, but like, we're dicking around and we have no MPs and we're AoE and then Medea is Medea. Oh, her stats scuffed like Lily's? I don't know, but I doubt it. I don't think they'll ever do something like Lily again. That was just at day 1 FGO being stupid. See, Vortigern gives a crit buff now, even if there's no Romans, which is pretty nice. Vortigern is not bad gameplay-wise these days. And she's a bit better, too, with the passive system. That definitely benefits her kind of shtick. I don't mind her. I actually really liked that they changed her NP. I really didn't like her gameplay before. Even with this third skill, I don't think she would have been very good. Outside of like where you specifically needed to cycle or need the like the immunity in her kit and stuff like that. Hans is just so much better. With her having a mix of support though and damage, I think that's more useful. And I think her third skill's pretty good though. I will say, it's pretty nice. I see the cooldown is insane though. Yeah, her survival is quite something. User against Richard, I'll probably do that next stream. We'll do a lot of stuff against Richard next stream. We have so much stuff to test. Next stream, we're just gonna have some fun. I am incredibly pooped right now though. Honestly, like the last 2 days, my health has just been awful, but I'm starting to feel better now, thank God. But it's more to do with my heart, not so much my breathing. But yeah, I've had a heart condition like my whole life, and it got really bad those last 2 days, but thankfully it's okay now, I think. But today, it's mostly just my breathing. My breathing is really fucked up today, so... Yeah, I was pretty worried 2 days ago. I was not doing so good, but it's alright. Yeah, I think she's good. I'm excited to use her more, actually. I think there's a lot of fun to be had there. So just remind me, because I'm gonna be overwhelmed tomorrow with things to test. You know, we got Jalter and Proto-Cú, we got team and solo stuff. We have a lot to mess about with. And just have some fun. So I definitely want to use her more though and see how she does. I'd love to use her against Lobo, where she is a support for the most part, and we use someone else as the DPS. I really want to see how that goes. And just kind of test the waters. How does she do in that kind of role? I think that could be really fun. So yeah, thank you for hanging out, everyone. I know it's a shorter stream, but I kind of just wanted to get through that Lostbelt and relax, because like I said, I'm having some health issues, but I am on the up and up now. But thank you guys for hanging out. Fucking Vortigern though. So I wonder when the banner is going to be then though. It's probably soon. It's either that or when the Vinch one ends. This account has 49 summon tickets. I know I haven't summoned in a little while, but geez. New Year's? I wonder if they would wait that long. That seems a little extreme. I think it might be soon. It's hard to say. I don't really want to do GSSR because I'm not really happy with the direction of the game right now, so I kind of don't want to spend money on it until they actually add things to the game that, you know, aren't about whaling. Like, you know, I don't know, a safety net. And there's just nothing that I want really on those banners, so... I did do GSSR in my main, but that was because I already had the paid SQ available, so I was like, you know, whatever. And I got Void Cheeky. So that was the thing. I mean, it's not really boycott. I've never spent money on FGO to begin with. And it's just like, I want them to add things like a safety net or you know, skins, or, you know, I don't want the only way to spend money to be fucking, you know, gambling. It's stupid. But I don't think they're ever going to get the message, to be honest. Because it's 6 years in and they're acting like it's 1995 or something. But yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. Let's see if Cairo or someone is streaming and we can raid them. See who's playing right now. Let's see, I don't see a lot of people playing FGO at the minute. Let's raid Task Pool. He's a pretty cool guy. We'll hit him up. He's probably playing NA, but no big deal. I need to catch up on NA though. Oh my god. I was kind of out of it for the last few days, so it's not like I wasn't doing any of that. So whoops, but we'll catch up. Get that command code. All right, boys, go get them, and I'll do my best to stream tomorrow and just have a nice chill stream. And I will see you then. Peace.